Hello, everyone, and welcome in to the second edition of the 2022 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Watch-Along. I'm your congenial host, Greg Tepper. To my left, your stage right, is the college football insider from Dave Campbell's Texas Football, Mike Craven. Mike, you told me in confidence that this was your favorite thing that you've ever done at Dave Campbell's.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun last year. It was an El Campo game, right?
That was El Campo with Lindale.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I like talking to coaches about football.
Wow. Well, good news, because over here on the...
You see that segue?
Love it.
I've been learning. I've been studying.
I've
been studying.
Over here is the head coach, backed by popular demand, the head coach of those McKinney Lions, Coach Marcus Shavers.
Glad to be here again.
Dude, everyone, I swear, we got done with last year, and everyone was like, you gotta have Shavers back. Ditch Hardigan, get Shavers back.
I appreciate everybody for asking for me to be back on the show. I'm incredibly humbled by that, and I'm so happy to be here. I'd like to share pizza with everybody that requested for me to come back on the show. Because I look forward to it. It's good eating.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, we got a big game tonight, Katy and Katy Paetow. There is an open seat right now. It will be filmed. By the way, I'll ruin it. There's two cameras, but there's my hand. See, look. There is an open seat that will be filled soon by a mystery guest. We'll find out who it is whenever he shows up. Yeah, I know who could be. But we are also joined over there, actually doing the work. We just get to have fun over here and watch football.
True.
Over there doing the work and keeping the trains on time. We are joined by Dave Campbell's Texas Football Associate Executive Editor. Or what's her title now?
Associate producer.
Producer. I was like,
you're right.
I'm in the writing.
He took everything and put it into one.
Associate producer.
I like it.
It's Mallory Hartley. Yeah, exactly. Associate Executive Producer Mallory Hartley. How about
just
that?
all of it? Yes.
Yeah, all of it.
Hi.
Hi, Mal Pal.
Hi.
Take the time right now to claim whatever title you want.
Spartan fan.
Spartan fan.
I like Coach Shavers.
Spartan fan.
We need to have him back. And again and again and again.
Get this woman some pizza. Get her some pizza. Get her a slice of pizza right now.
Gary Joseph. We are watching Katy and Katy Paetow. Number 5 Katy against the defending 5A Division I state champs, Katy Paetow. I'm supposed to tell you that you can watch games all season long live on TexanLive.com. So if you want actual play-by-play, I remember there was somebody who claimed they were like, man, this is the worst play-by-play I've ever heard. Like they're watching this.
Yeah, no, don't.
Like, yes, hard agree.
Yeah.
You can go to TexanLive.com, watch the same game with outstanding normal play-by-play, but instead we're going to be sitting
I was going to check to see
fun.
who's actually calling this game so I can say that, but...
do we want to say who also has a microphone right now? I don't know if she wants me to.
Yo.
Oh.
I am here as well.
Ashley Pickle's here for the pizza.
She in the mix.
She doesn't want to work.
I knew I was coming for the pizza. Shavers was naturally surprised by it. I knew what I was coming into.
Oh, so excited.
Katy kicks off. Will be kickoff to Katy Paetow. Katy Paetow Katy's the number 5 team in the state of Texas in 6A. Katy Paetow is the defending state champs, and they've got the number 1 prospect in the state of Texas who recently committed to Texas A&M in defensive lineman DJ Hicks, who's wearing number 0 tonight. So keep an eye on him.
Are you a defer or a receive guy?
I'm definitely a defer guy.
Hey, Pickle.
I'm a defer guy. I like the ball coming out the half.
Oh, Paetow. Okay, it's a good start.
Get it
Good
going.
field position. Because we joked when they were playing. Oh, a flag, of course. We joked when they were in the state championship game last year that Paetow really is like their Katy and Baby Blue. Like they're gonna line it up and run it. There's not a whole lot of
fluff about
This is
it.
an old school offense, and they won a title that way. Now they're moving up to 6A. Bye, Pickle.
Little holding call here.
Wow, never mind.
Would you say that Paetow's probably got the best player tonight on the field, like by far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the best player in the state.
They got
Hicks.
Yeah.
Difference maker.
Yeah.
He's
talking about that earlier,
a
too.
freak. And,
Yeah.
and what will be interesting is to see what we'll learn a lot about him is how well he is. I think it's easy to look at like sack numbers and things like that, but Katy's going to line up and run it, and so we're going to find out exactly how gap sound he is and how hey, I can just be a run stopping type guy because
Coach Shavers was a good football player, so this doesn't apply to him. Can you imagine showing up to algebra though, and tonight, you're like inviting your girlfriend to the football game, and this is the guy that you're blocking? Like, no.
The one she
Back
tell you not to
spasms.
worry about.
Yeah.
You tell,
Right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And tell her the wrong time. Be like, baby, it starts at 7:30.
Yeah, by the way, this
It
isn't
starts
6
at
o'clock.
9.
Yeah.
It starts at 9.
Yeah.
You tell her.
Yeah.
Show up, be like, oh no, you missed.
we
I'm
got a bye
sorry.
week this
Right.
week.
I'll
We got
see you
a
at
bye week.
Whataburger afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not playing.
No.
Yeah, that's a
freak.
tough scene.
You tell her you got a bye week.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was a senior when LeBron was a senior, and they started putting all the high school games on TV. They had never really done that before, and that's when that
Really?
first struck
Interesting.
me of like, you're just in class.
I know.
And then all of a sudden you got to go guard LeBron James afterwards in front of your loved ones.
Oh,
Loved
yeah.
one.
You know? That's
Yeah,
tough.
that make
Like,
it
Barry
Here
Bush
you
on
go.
a lot of short passes here, trying to, all right. Paetow moved the ball. I will tell you, I think Paetow's the underdog in this game. Speaking as a Texas high school football analyst,
Guru.
But Brock Nichols, the quarterback, sophomore quarterback, like nice easy passes, get him into a rhythm. Katy, you know what they are. They're going to run the ball and play good defense.
Yeah.
Old school Katy. I mean, it's worked for Gary Joseph.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Buddy.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
I was thinking about this coming up here. Do you think Katy ISD is the best school district, best multi-high school district for football in the entire state? When you think about all the multi-school districts, right, that play football in the great state of Texas, where do you see Katy? I mean,
they've got
when
the
you think
flagship,
about
right?
all the
That's a
Katy
good
football
question.
schools, like,
So the real question, that's a question about depth, right? Because
Correct,
there's a lot of
correct.
places that have, like Galena Park ISD
Absolutely.
has one killer, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Everyone else,
oh, my man.
go. We are
I thought we
joined.
was all supposed to be here
Pleased
at
to be
5:45.
I just got off the road.
Kid folk.
I just got off.
Hey, the Oregon Trail is what we used to call that thing.
Oh, the shoes.
I'm straight off.
We used to call it the Oregon
Oh, my
Trail,
goodness.
bro. I hate that ride right there.
We are pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Lubbock Coronado Mustangs,
Those are nice.
who made the trip from the 806.
Yeah, look.
All the way, 5 hours.
He already knows how to thread the microphone through his shirt.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Veteran.
Veteran. It's DJ Mann. What's up, dude?
Glad to be here, man.
In the mix.
I'll be honest,
Appreciate it.
until you told, like, I figured I was going to text you Sunday and be like, hey, man, reminder, we're doing that watch along thing on Thursday. And I'd be like, I can't.
Yeah. Nah, I wasn't gonna. If I said I was coming, I'm coming.
You're a man of conviction.
Yes, sir.
Welcome in. How was the trip?
It was interesting. I'm straight off work, straight off of luncheon. Went to the house, changed shirts, took my tie off, hit the highway. Didn't get pulled over, so it's all good.
Rolling.
Didn't get pulled over, so it's all good. You'll love it.
Well, we were discussing before you came in, and maybe perhaps you come, both of you come from multi-school ISDs. Is Katy the best as from a football perspective, the best football centric multi-school ISD in the state of Texas. I'm trying to think of one better.
At first, though, how do we judge that? Is it
don't know.
like college players? Is it NFL players?
I think it's I don't know, quality of
Like
programs
success or something. Yeah.
Right.
quality of the football programs over maybe the last 3 to 5 years in one multi-school
Because
district.
like one of the things is like Frisco's got 1 million schools, right?
Absolutely.
And Lone Star's long been the usually it's like Lone Star, and then there'll be like one school's like, oh, they're having a great year. Like sometimes
Yeah.
Frisco High,
Right.
Wakeland High, they'll have that great year. But then the rest of them kind of fall in that also rain category, generally speaking.
Yep.
I mean, Katy is so consistently excellent, and the fact they got a state championship from a non-Katy school last year.
That was
Paetow,
big. That's what put them over the hump, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Paetow getting that title.
Yeah.
As far as
Denton's a
Denton's
good
pretty
one.
good. That's a real
Ryan and
good
Geyer.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Because they got 2 perennial contenders.
That's big.
Denton might be the one.
Denton definitely
Hard-
being a district opponent with those guys. That's that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's
Denton
a
might
good
be.
one.
Denton might be it, but
Those
Because
are
everybody
probably the
knows
top two.
Geyer, everybody knows Ryan, but I'm telling you, they play ball at Braswell, and Denton High's got the leading rusher right now in the Metroplex and Coco Brown. So, I mean, Denton in the mix.
yeah.
Cypress doesn't have the titles, but for it to be such a huge district,
Man,
they got a lot of depth.
we go back. I guess it was 2017. 'Cause I think Tanner Mordecai, who's still in college, was playing for Midway that
Yeah.
year. And when Cy-Fair got that title, I remember thinking it's like, man, because that was the first title for Cy-Fair ISD, and you think about like how crazy that is, because like how many good teams they'd had. Like they had Cy Ranch play against Kyler in his final game, right? Like they had all these teams that were really good, but then to finally get over the hump with the flagship program, was special for them. So Cy-Fair is a good pull too, because they've got a lot of teams that are usually in the mix. Humble. Summer Creek's usually pretty good. Atascocita's kind of leading the way there.
Are they all in the same independent school district?
Yeah, they're all
those well,
right
okay.
down the street.
Yeah.
Texan Live's very own, may I say.
There we go. She's always
Our
always
longest
hustling.
tenured ISD.
Always
Yeah.
hustling.
That's right.
Yeah, I think we'll be in a lot of
Plug.
running room in this game.
Business don't stop.
I don't know how much that's going to work.
So how'd the luncheon go?
It wasn't bad. Just bye week for us, so it wasn't a lot. When you lose a game on a 50-yard field goal, it makes it tough.
DJ. Should we talk about it?
Was what's his name? Is Tedford?
Oh, Tedford's still rolling.
Tedford. He's still the guy running
He's
it.
still rolling.
So he asked you the
ruthless.
questions about. He asked you the ruthless questions
He
that
is
you
ruthless.
you handle yourself well up there. You
Oh
think?
yeah, man. I'm the total professional, man. I can handle it.
Does he ever cross the line with you? Or do you know who he can play with and who he can't?
He has, man. He'll poke the bear. You know, and I dress a little different from everybody else, so I'm an easy target for him. But
Yeah.
he'll cross that line for certain cats that can't handle it. But for the most part, it's all fun and games.
Yeah. Those are
man.
that's one of the coolest events though, would you say? Like for a district like that media?
It's special, man. It's a big time deal. They feed you well,
Yes.
give you an opportunity to get up and talk about last week's game, talk about the game coming up forward, and they do a good job out there in West Texas representing.
They showcase
the
you
brand,
guys.
no doubt.
No doubt.
And then, because as media members, let me tell you, we're lazy by nature. So if you make it easy for us that we can come to one place and we can like get everything we need for the week, we're gonna be there.
I mean, I call that efficient.
Yeah.
And feed you well.
That's efficient more than lazy.
That's a good point.
The thing about West Texas is what I'm realizing is like you can be in Dallas and you can win or lose a game and it's done. In West Texas, I do radio on Mondays. I do the luncheon on Thursday. So win or lose, I'm gonna have to talk about it 2 or 3 more times throughout the week. So, but it's all love out there.
4th and 4, they're going for it. Hey, underdog, I love it. Ooh, deep shot. PI. Throw it.
No, that was a good play. He had him too if he threw it early.
All right. So they're going to turn it over on downs, eat up about 3 minutes clock. Katy can come on the field. Because here's the thing, Coach Mann. You and I have known each other. Yeah, I'm a little talking about. Yeah, I think you're right. They're not going to call me.
PI, what you think? No?
I think so.
Think so.
Yeah, but you're an offensive guy.
Yeah, offensive coach.
Sure.
True story.
I bet you Coach T probably asking the ref right now what was he
Be like,
looking
well,
at.
what do I need to do?
This is still Katy. They don't call that kind of stuff.
That's a good point. Guys, you're never going to believe it, but K's in the I formation. I can't believe it. I bet they run it. Man, I got to be honest. It feels like when you're playing a team like Katy, it has to be like demoralizing that you kind of know what their playbook is because they've been running the same playbook for 20 years.
Yeah.
And you still can't do anything about it.
What are you going to do?
I was there 2 years ago, brother. Remember?
Yeah.
It's very demoralizing because you know they're going to run power, they're going to run toss, but what people don't realize, their pass game, when they decide to pass it, somebody's normally wide open. Their play action game is second to none. And
they usually have a couple good tight
it,
ends. Too,
right on schedule. And then they got a 6'4", 6'5" tight end that's going to run the drag route that you have to find a way to cover.
Tell you what, it's the best offense I've been a part of at McKinney High School right now, and our offense is very similar.
Yeah.
We're in the I. We're under center. And I was frightened to death when we got into it, but it's been the best passing offense. I mean, good players help that, but like Coach is saying, play action, bootleg, nakeds, all that kind of stuff. It takes care of your quarterback when you can't always drop back and protect in the pocket. Now all of a sudden, and you can look at all levels of football, high school, college, pros, the amount of sacks that are on the quarterback from straight drop back versus play action.
Play action. And
crazy.
I mean, that's the thing, is that like you
protects them.
They're only going to ask the quarterback to throw the ball 18 times a game, 20 times a game, but like if you're the quarterback, you're like, cool, I get to take shots. Like I get to go downfield. So like when you're running the I, you line up in the I, what kind of boxes are you facing up against?
A lot of times people are adjusting because they don't see it every week. It's kind of foreign. And what I learned just from being a part of this offense is that the guys that are playing defense right now have always been trained to play defense when they can see the football. Most of the times when defenses line up, you're playing against shotgun teams where you're always seeing the ball. So one of the elements of our offense, like Katy, is like going under center. And the jam and the jet motions that people run out of shotgun, they hit different under center because we got trained defensive players to play defense without seeing the football every play. And it's different, man. Definitely different.
It takes a different level of discipline, like you said, to play without seeing the ball. The whole see ball, hit ball thing goes away. You have to play your keys. Your eyes have to be where they're supposed to be.
Well, and you know, I know you're a big fan of the slot T, Mike, but it's like it's similar to that. That's why we say like when you get in the playoffs, like it's such an advantage for them because like you have to train your eyes differently for 1 week. Here's rolling out. See, that's the thing, is that you're loading up to stop Seth Davis, and suddenly you're one-on-one at best on the outside. But it's like it's not training your like body, it's training your eyes to like be like, all right, you're not going to see the ball. You just have to trust us that we know where the ball is going, and if you read your keys, you're going to be able to like. And the keys are not the ball. Basically. It's
like playing old wishbone teams. I remember being at Allen as a player, and we played Mesquite, and they were a wishbone team at the time. And everybody had you got the dive, you got the quarterback, you got the pitch, and you tackle it no matter what. Like I had, I think 45 tackles versus Mesquite. But only 7 of them showed up in the stat column because the fullback only had the ball. But I tackled the fullback 45 times. You know what I'm saying? But he only had the ball 7.
You versus the Veer for 3 hours.
Tackled, I'm knocking him out every time.
Seth Davis.
But you locked him down.
Hit him, knock him out, then I'm checking like, does he got the ball? If he got the ball, I get up and celebrate. If he doesn't, I'm like, damn.
Another one.
Yeah. 45 tackles, 7 of them in the stat box.
Never
That
looked
poor
at it
fullback.
like
That's how it was.
Punished.
I was talking to, boy, what you up to? He's like, I don't even have the ball, dude. What's your
9 yards
problem? Exactly. Exactly.
Pull and pitch.
I'm punishing them though every time though. Because that's my job. And then you don't gotta chase the ball. That's the great thing
Right,
about
you're on the ground. You're
what? I'm tackling the fullback, and I know it's an option. I know the quarterback. Ooh! Lay down on you till the next play.
That's a touchdown for Seth Davis.
Efficient. That's
Yeah,
efficient.
Right,
You know?
exactly.
It's not lazy. It's not
What
lazy.
we
It's
have in
efficient.
common. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Just doing my job.
Yeah.
My 111th.
You
Doing
did.
my 111th.
That's all you need to
right.
do.
And those 7 times that he had the ball, I mean, that was the
got
game.
in the
Save the
step, bro.
game.
It's like
Save
that
the
game. That game. He's going for 6 if you don't get him down.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Probably not, though.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
not
I
like
mean,
the
maybe.
fullback's like the slowest guy. You know.
But you got him 7
But you got him.
times.
45.
But this roster,
Hey, 45.
put the mascot on the roster, the band directors, the student trainers, the video crew, the student. I got to step my game up.
I gotta be honest.
Administrative assistant.
It is a team. Friday nights are a
Assistant
team effort.
ADs.
Assistant AD. You got to be putting your assistant AD on the.
Bro, I don't even do my roster.
I bet you Gary Joseph doesn't either.
Yeah, actually,
that's
he's been there for.
that's my prediction.
as long
Hot
as he
take,
has.
but
Yeah, I mean I could be wrong.
Yeah. You're watching the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Watch Along with Mike Craven, Greg Tepper, that's me, DJ Mann from Lubbock, Coronado, and Marcus Shavers from McKinney High, plus our special producers over there, Mallory Hartley and Ashley Pickle. You got on to me when I called her something different, so I'm just going to call you special producer.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I wouldn't say that I got on to you. I was just laughing at you for messing it up.
You were here. She got on to me, right?
I mean, she made fun of you. Yes.
That's exactly right.
That's not good.
Yeah, I mean that could be.
That could be anything.
Words matter.
Words do matter.
As a journalist,
Right.
words matter.
Yeah, I can't leave that one at the door. Right.
Mallory, let's bring you into the conversation because I understand you have a flight tomorrow.
I do.
Where are you heading?
East Lansing,
East Lansing, where?
Michigan, 8:55 in the morning.
Really?
Actually, Detroit.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. I'm flying into Detroit.
Yeah.
Why you going there? He
Going
said no to the
to-
answer.
Yeah.
The Michigan State and Ohio State game tomorrow.
Hmm.
Big time.
Or Saturday, I won tickets through an Instagram sort of contest. I
Right.
know
She
the
put it in
guy.
quotes because it was rigged.
I know the guy, so
Yeah.
he was like, "Yeah, you want some
Yeah.
tickets?"
It was a rigged contest.
I do.
So now you're a Michigan State gal,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Your dad went to Michigan State.
He did.
So you're
Yeah.
because you're
Couple years
always
ago.
you're always going on and on about the Spartans.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
I do feel bad about that sometimes. I'm like, yeah, you guys are the crap.
Why? Nobody here is going to give you trouble about
Yeah.
it.
We hear about Mizzou enough.
Are you?
yes.
Do you know BT Jordan, Mallory? He's the new pass rush specialist. He was hired this spring at Michigan State. He's actually, I don't know where he's from, but he used to train in the Dallas area. He was a
Okay.
trainer. I don't know if you know BT.
Yeah, a little
Used
bit.
to train
Nice.
defensive linemen at A+D1 at in Carrollton, and
Okay.
he became one of like the most like, I don't know, popular defensive line trainers maybe in the country because he had a lot of really good NFL players that would come to him, a lot of high school, college. A lot of people were going to him, and he went straight from training every day to full-time staff member at Michigan State.
That's
so
awesome.
And he's up there pass rush recruiting their D-line and then his
Wow.
pass
development.
rush
Like,
specialist.
and that's literally his title. That's
Right.
what he's not the D-line coach. Anybody rushing the passer, they spend time with BT. He's the truth. I really think he's currently the best pass rush developer in the country. I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Does that
That's
count
pretty
as one of the 10 on-field jobs? Like
I don't
wonder
know.
what they take away from.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You know, I don't know.
They don't need an off the court.
He's definitely on the
I
field.
mean, they're not scoring, so.
Right, I mean, 'cause you could-
We're not
Could
stopping
you
anything.
change? Could you change a quality control title to pass rush
Sure. I
specialist?
mean, you
if
can call
like,
it whatever you want
Yeah.
as long as it. I think it's just the responsibilities and the hours you can spend and stuff. You know, but
I just know like he's on the road.
right.
He recruits and
Yeah.
the real deal. And that was a big jump. I mean, just from full-time
Yeah.
trainer to full-time college coach. But he the best.
I wanna
Got
say
a
the
great
athletic
resume of
story.
guys
Can't
too,
believe
like
it
40
became
current
so much
NFL
better.
players.
Now, the assistant running backs coach used to coach high school football in Texas. He was a head coach here.
Really?
His name's Rodney Freeman. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Did not know that.
I don't remember
Wow,
where.
look
he
at that. Look at
coached,
those
but
connections.
Connections.
I
She's
got
over
all
here
of them.
spitting
To Michigan State.
Yeah.
She's watching the Big Ten Network. She's the one.
You had the
know?
lighter fluid and you just let the flames go over here.
I mean, I do 2 podcasts with her about college
Sorry.
football.
Caller.
So
Sorry.
I know a lot about Michigan State as well.
Yeah,
We're actually a Michigan State company at this point.
I was gonna say.
Klein Forrest he used to coach.
Okay.
All right.
How early do y'all get to the airport?
Oh my gosh, here comes the argument.
I got to fly out Saturday. That's
Because I'm,
All right,
I'm a curious
what
person.
time's your flight
This is
Saturday?
just
Do you know? You can make up a time.
8:45.
8:45. Your
Okay.
flight's at 8:45. What time are you showing up at the airport?
6:45.
Thank my
2
God.
hours. 2 hours. Yeah, me too.
2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Y'all
gonna
are
be
giving away.
nervous.
Y'all are giving away your most precious resource, which is the time on
I'll
Earth.
be paranoid.
Oh, we're not
too
giving
when
it
I get
away.
there.
We're using it.
to sit
differently.
at the
And it
sit at the
depends-
gate and play on your phone.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yes.
That's
no,
fine.
because you can choose to do what you want at the airport.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit at the gate.
I'm spending it
on-
not
Oh,
worried
yeah, you
about
go
being
to
You
late.
can go shop. You
Oh,
can go to
my-
a restaurant.
Peace of mind.
You can
Yep.
go get
People
a
watch.
Dr. Pepper.
Airport's the best place to watch people in the world.
Yeah.
Right,
Best.
it is.
Best. Because
You
there's
just like people watching more than I do.
there's just spectrums, you know? Like some people are having the worst time of their
I've never
life.
missed a
Yeah.
flight,
And
though.
some of them have been exactly. 'Cause
Me
you're-
neither.
Can't take the chance.
No.
Me neither.
Because I get there 2 hours early and I'm still nervous. Till I'm sitting down before they call me.
8:45. I'm there. I gotta be there at
He's-
7:30. But
Bull.
At DFW?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's rolling in at 8. Don't let him tell you anything.
Psychopath.
different.
ooh,
Seth-
see ya.
Seth Davis is unique because he's not like the big like
tried that in
pounder
Vegas?
guy in Katy.
Oh man, you tough.
Do you not have anxiety if you show up 45 minutes before
No,
your
he just
flight?
is
Built
never
different.
leaves?
Yeah.
Built different.
No.
Katy,
Seth Davis
man.
again.
Not a lot of
Seth
adversity.
Davis.
They're
you
doing.
know?
They're doing
I've seen him in person before.
Where are you going?
pretty good. Where's
Pretty
Seth
good.
Davis going?
I don't know. He's not very big.
He's not. But
Yeah, he's not like
really
the big
small.
220 Katy running back guy. But he's
no, he's
awesome.
not Rodney Anderson.
He's right,
you know?
but he's awesome. And he's been playing for a long
I
time.
watched him drop a 70 burger on Buda Hayes,
Mississippi
Buda Johnson
State.
in the state.
Look at old
semifinal.
Mike Leach doing
Yeah.
work in the state of Texas.
Leach.
14-0 Katy.
That was before us.
He still recruits a little bit. in Houston.
What's that?
Yeah, I
They
watched,
played
Knox
Buda Hayes
feud.
and then
Yeah,
played
Taylor Knox
us
was
I watched
the next
both of
week.
those
He's
in
now
person
at
in full.
SMU.
See ya.
My quarterback wasn't feeling well that day. We'll just leave it at that.
Do we want to talk Coronado football?
Tough times, but we can. Tough times. but
Because
we
here's the
can.
thing. So you and I have known each other for like 8 years when we started chirping at each other on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's how this relationship started.
What is it? 2022 right now?
It's 22. It
been
is in
more
fact
than-
22 all year.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
2013,
I'm trying to do the
2014.
math. Yeah, about
Yeah,
13.
2013. Yeah, 2013. And we kind of started chirping at each other on Twitter, which is, and then we kind of figured out we're like, are we friends? And then we were, you know?
Social media is so weird.
It is. It is. And so the thing that I know, I think most about you, I think I'm most confident in saying, you hate losing.
Bad.
You, I swear, man. I've met people who are like, man, I hate losing more than I love winning. That is you like turned up to like 11.
Yeah.
Seriously. So I have to imagine that the fact that you guys are probably 3 plays away from being like
That's an accurate statement. You've been
3
paying
and 2.
attention. Yeah,
I haven't paid attention.
we've lost 4 games by 16 combined points.
God.
The last game we were leading the game until the clock hit 0-0-0-0.
It was like a 50-yard field goal.
50-yard bomb that was good for 60.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It was good from 60.
And then the other game, I think it was
Abilene Cooper.
Cooper,
Tip.
where they had the tip drill. Like you guys had, I think 2 of your defenders got the ball on
Yep.
it, and then it tipped up and it fell into the hands of the guy who ran it for the game-winning touchdown.
Ryder, touchdown call back. Midland High interception in the end zone. I mean, everything that could. We're the poster child for snake bit right now.
What's the vibe in the room though?
It's good, man.
Yeah.
My therapist has been good to me. Hey, mental health is everything,
Hey, man.
man.
Take
I
care of
keep
your
it
Mental health
100,
matters.
bro.
Hey,
Take care of your
of
mental
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's end
Keep
the
it
stigma.
100. But it's tough, man. My wife's like, I'm worried about you because you know it, man. I'm losing hurt me bad. I get a little joy out of winning. Losing just
No,
crushes
man,
my
you
heart.
are sour.
But
Like I almost texted you Friday night after I saw it and just wrote like, dude. But I wrote it out and I didn't send it because I
it
was
would
like,
have been all good.
I was worried what I was gonna get. I worried to be like, I'm not coming to watch along.
You know, and I was talking to Ariel Schaefer, and she's like, "Yeah, I see you're going to the watch along." I said, "I considered not doing it because I didn't, being 1-5, I didn't want it to be like a negative." But I said I was coming, so I jumped in the car and I came. And I'm a man.
You're a man of your word.
I'm a man, and adversity makes the man. Mm-hmm. And
No doubt.
I'm just learning a lot of lessons in my young career.
The thing is, you guys are very clearly better than 1-5. Yeah. Like, I think, A, you played a pretty tough schedule, and B, as we talked about, there's been about 4 plays that if they go differently, you guys are like 5-1, legitimately 5-1, and everyone's talking about, man, why is Lubbock Coronado not ranked in the rankings? It's like, because but we know.
It is, man. It is what it is, and we got a lot of season left, and our kids are resilient, man. They're tough.
Yeah, I mean,
everything we want's in front of us.
Yeah, exactly right.
Big play,
man.
Special team.
Paetow, been there. Oof, man. Say what you want to. Katy, they train their kids to strike people. They're just like, all right, you go out there, and if you get a hit, we'll give you a helmet sticker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they want to go out there and they want to hit. Which
Katy can play 11 different cats on kickoff team that would start at a lot of different schools that don't start at Katy. So their special teams are going to be on another level, man. They can just bring cats at you in droves.
No doubt. A lot of depth. 84 guys on the roster.
Come on.
How many guys you got on your roster? Unless I'm miscounting. And that was very possible.
40 something?
It's 82 to 85, I'm pretty sure.
Give it like a poll, We'll give it plus 2 or 3.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
plus
margin
minus.
of error,
Right.
Definitely 80 plus.
Oh yeah.
And that's interesting because you look at a team
That's
like,
the roster.
when I was at Cedar Hill, we could keep 80 on a roster. But then you look at like Duncanville, they might have like 50.
Really?
50 dudes.
50 animals.
50.
I know, but I'm surprised.
Coach Sam might not keep about 52, 53. And they're going to be
Because
wild
you go
animals.
to JV.
Yeah.
Come on, baby, you go to JV.
Yeah. DeSoto would keep a lot on their roster. Mm-hmm. We would keep a pretty good amount at Cedar Hill. But
So here's the thing. You guys are both big school coaches. And so, like, obviously you still got to get in the hallways, get the right kids out for football and stuff like that. I'm not minimizing that. Does the small school thing interest you at all? Like, if you're like, A, like do a 3A, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, what's the smallest you'd go?
Yeah, what's the smallest you'd go? Or are you guys like now 5A, 6A elitists?
Yeah, they're like 6A D2.
my school's got 1,900 kids in it right now, which is still a pretty good size. But
It's a big 5.
I would never say never, man. It's all about the situation. It's all about who I work for. Mike Meeks goes and takes a job at a 3A school. I'll ride with Coach Meeks down there. Coach Garfield are people that I respect. I always thought my first job was going to be at a 3A or a 4A. That's why I took a job at Carrollton Ranchview years ago, because I said, let me learn how it works when people are going both ways. And I tried to get the job my man got, at Estacado, which was a 4A at the same time. So it just depends, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't put myself in a box, but I don't think I'm going anything below 4A Division 2.
Yeah.
And obviously it's got to be the right situation, like DJ said. I enjoyed Estacado. I enjoyed competing 4A Division 2. Loved everything about it. Thought we had enough numbers to where, like, if the UIL ever allowed us to have a spring football, we could have had it, because everybody didn't play baseball on my football team. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think it's enough. It doesn't get into that, like every athlete in the school has to do off season together. Like, I'm not with that. Like, I don't want everybody in my off-season program, so I think that's when you get 3A, 2A, you get into that. But the right situation, I think coaches, what I'm learning and what I've seen from other coaches, once they get older, you start seeking more control, and it's not so much about wanting to be just telling everybody what to do, but you want to, to compete at a high level, you need to have more control over your vertical alignment. So when you talk about your little league football teams having influence there, and then your 7th, 8th, 9th, 7th and 8th grade middle school teams having that, I think some of those small 4A schools provide that. They give you that opportunity to go in there and say, you can hire all your, everybody's first of all coming here. This is your feeder. If they go to this school in 7th grade, you can count on having them in the 9th grade. It ain't that way. We got kids right now run our offense at places 7th and 8th grade and won't run it in 9th grade because they'll be at the school across town. Just the way our vertical alignment is set up. But
because you said something interesting when you were talking about that, about how if your boss basically went to whatever 3A school, you'd be like, all right, I'll listen. Is it fair to say that like the people would matter more than the program?
I mean, people make the program.
Yeah.
No doubt.
People make the places that you're at. You can have all the pretty facilities that you want, but if you don't trust the people that you work with, if I can't get a good text message from my boss every weekend after a tough loss, or he's calling me, checking on me, or I can't go to his office, I can't be there.
Yeah.
No matter really how good it is, man. And there's coaches that are coaching, 2A, 3A, 4A, that can be coaching at a 6A D1 if they want to.
Oh, yeah.
They just don't want to. Jeff Reardon, he's what's Chapel Hill?
4A D1?
Are they 1 or 2?
Yeah, D1.
I guarantee he's had 6A big schools calling him, after last year, but he's at a comfortable spot. He likes who he's working with, and he's got studs too, so that helps.
Yeah.
So we asked Coach Cluley this 2 weeks ago. Do y'all think it's important for your athletes to play multiple sports, or are you kind of like kind of just focus on football?
No, I'm a fan of multiple sport athletes if they can actually contribute to the other sport.
Right.
I'm not a fan of a guy
who just wants to do it all.
Or trying to go play another sport to get away from something, or hide from
Trying
something.
to duck
Right.
off season.
Yeah, like if you're a guy that can go actually contribute to the basketball team, because let's just call it what it is. Like at our school, it don't matter what sport you play. If you play baseball, you play soccer, and you're a football player, you're in off season.
Yeah.
And then you go to baseball, soccer, whatever other sport you're in after school.
Right.
So basketball is the only sport that those dual sport athletes get removed from football and have to go to basketball, and you don't see them during off season. If those guys can go over there and contribute to our basketball team getting back to the state championship, I want them over there.
Yeah.
I want our basketball coach to have access to them. But if you're gonna go over there and you're a starting tight end for us, but you're gonna go sit on the bench every game in basketball, that ain't it.
No.
Because you're missing a lot. So that's kind of
At that point, you're just trying to get out of something.
yeah.
Like Raven
But
said.
for the record, we do in McKinney ISD promote multiple sport athletes.
It's
Just want to make it clear.
tough to be a,
Look right into the camera.
Just want to make that clear.
it's tough to be a junior starting whatever, and then go play JV in your other sport.
That's a good point
And
too.
then don't even start sometime doing that. But I want kids to play multiple sports because I don't want them to I want them to stay competitive, and it also keeps them out of trouble.
Yes.
So now I know if he's in basketball, he's not out maybe running the street or doing something crazy, and he's going to be a little bit more in tune with his academics because he's trying to stay eligible. But
Yeah.
at a 5A school where our participation is pretty solid, we're trying to get our kids to do as much stuff as possible.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The exception would be track.
Yes.
Like no matter what, you
Yeah.
want your guys running track.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't have a choice at our school.
Yeah.
Same.
All right, we can do it a little different. Then. Our football players are going to run track.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm proud to say in 70 years of being the head coach, I've never started a skill player that didn't run track.
Wow.
Wide receiver, running back, or defensive back in 7 years of being the head coach, I've never started a skilled player that didn't run track.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they got to go run. They don't got to go to the meets, but you got to be at track practice every day to start at a skill position for me. So
Absolutely.
Run the ball in the fall, run the ring in the spring.
Yep.
Right.
that's the deal.
Yeah. I remember like when we had one of these watch-alongs with Gabe Brooks from 247, and he was just like, I remember him talking about like the best. He's like, the best subscription I have is the mile split. It's just like the track. He goes through and he's like, I can figure out because if you're a real dude, then I want to see you on the track and I want to see the numbers that you're putting up because that's like actual data that from our perspective we can kind of put in.
Well,
but
and I
also
can
know.
verify that because when we went, he was down with us when we went to the triple at the Alamo Dome on week 1, and there was a really good sophomore kid, and we were like, that kid's really good. The first thing he does is go to his computer, and he went to the mile track, and he was like, oh, he's got good times. Yep, this is an actual prospect. He's like, he's just gonna get a profile.
Because that number doesn't lie to you. The kid will lie to you.
Yeah.
They all run
Right.
4.5s.
40
Yeah.
I
40's
know,
a
right?
lie. Unless you can get that UC report,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
got 40 a lie, but
Right.
Let me tell you, as the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and I think you'll attest to this, that magazine will lie to you too. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the coaches.
6'1", 185, 4'5".
I don't even know if I put
2A.
I might have 40s.
2A.
I hate.
Yeah.
I can look it up.
I hate putting 40s.
I'm gonna pull up your question.
Some of them do.
Go ahead. I hate putting. And I may have, but I'm not. I bet I didn't put anybody who runs 4.3, 4.4.
I
It's
bet.
probably some 4.5.
I know you didn't because
maybe
you
some
know I
4.6.
call you.
I love when the
You know I
coaches
call me
put.
like, ah.
I love when the coaches put 5'2".
Oh yeah.
You know, like some coaches are brutally. You know, it's like
I bet
running back
coaches put
4'8".
5'9" on their like offensive. They put their offensive line like their 40. They'd be
Press
like,
play.
yeah, he runs a 5'8", but he's a dog. It's like, yeah, man, I get it. You know,
Yeah.
his job's not to be fast.
You know what people don't realize is a 4.6
So bad.
fully
Yeah, it's
automatic
Oh my
40
gosh.
is
Today was,
really fast.
So fast.
Oh my gosh.
That's
So
really
fast.
fast.
Most people
Student
never
versus
played
staff
with the person who
basketball
runs a 4'5".
Ooh, what a
The
pick!
football.
I know.
Whoa!
Oh,
That's
man.
why you wear number 0.
And I'll tell you, Micah sweats. They're gonna run a replay of this. This is one of the play.
We
Hashtag
got 40 times on.
hashtag DCTF top 10 here for
Questioner.
Mr. Sweats.
They are all.
Jed Carroll 4'8". Sound about right?
They're all
Look at this.
incredibly
Woo!
realistic.
One hit was okay.
He hauled that
Nice.
in.
That was one-handed.
That was nice.
Yeah, that's can't do that if you're Paetow. Gotta be honest.
These are all very believable 40 times.
John Curry, stud linebacker, commit to Tech. You got him at 4'7".
He actually ran high 4.6 at the
Really?
Nike, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so what you're underselling.
Hey man, we're gonna keep it as real as we can on 34th Street,
But-
brother.
If nothing else, we're gonna humble them a little bit before we keep it real.
I think I was 6'2" in high school.
I think I was 16.
Yeah, I do. I appreciate the coaches who are like, yeah, we got
And higher 40 times.
6'6", 330 pound linebacker with a 5'9", 40.
There you go.
You damn right he does. You're like, all right, cool. Go get him.
Don't look ahead. Play Katy football.
Yeah, probably. That seems about right. I think they're. Don't look ahead. So Katy's an interesting case.
You could just
because
copy and paste that, right?
play Katy football.
If you're Katy, you know, don't look ahead.
They
Is
look
that like the
exactly
Play Katy
the
football.
same. From in 08, we played them when I was at Wiley in the state championship. Exactly the same.
the highest compliment I can. That's like the highest compliment you can pay to Gary Joseph is like every one of your teams, they run out, and you know exactly what they're going to do, and you know exactly how good they're going to be, and like same kind of because that's the thing. It's like Katie's. They've had a couple of guys here and there who are like Rodney Anderson, stars, but like. It's just a lot of worker bees, man. It's just a lot of guys who are like, all right, we're gonna be exceptionally good tacklers.
And they mash you.
Oh man.
You know, like they always have a really good offensive line, a really good
the first year
defensive
they
line.
beat us in 08, nobody could name anybody from that team in 08, and they still just hammered. Well, we played pretty good that game. I think they beat us 21-3, but they were just so physical and so nasty against us.
Do you want to talk Keldrick Lester?
Sure. That's always a good topic of
Because
discussion.
I got to be honest. Because Keldrick Lester, the Frisco Liberty quarterback who transferred to McKinney in the offseason, I had not seen him in person. I told you before we came on. I saw him at State 7-on-7. And what surprised me was how built he is. Like he looks the part of QB1. Because I'd seen some tape on him, like it's good, it's good tape. But then you see him in person, you're like, okay. Like if you look better in person than you do on tape, to me, that's impressive.
Yeah, he's a quarterback unlike I've ever been around in terms of his commitment to the weight room. Like he's a quarterback that can go in there and squat 500 pounds. We maxed this, spring, and we're maxing, and you're looking. You know how the guys, when somebody puts a bunch of weight on the bar, they all go crowd around. So I'm on the other end of the weight room, and I see everybody kind of migrating down to this last little platform, and I'm like, man, who's down there? They making a lot of noise, and I'm thinking, let's go see who it is.
Ooh.
And it's Keldrick. I think he got 505 on the bar, and he about to go in there and about to try his max. And I'm thinking, do you let him try it? Immediately, that's the first thought. Like, does he need this rep? But everybody was, let's go, clapping. He was ready to go in the weight room, powder, everybody. And he goes in there and he squats 505, and he's just a really, really strong kid. And I think where you see that weight room help him, for the first time this past week against Braswell, was the first time the first defender tackled him.
Wow.
On contact. Throughout the entire season, the first guy that's gotten to him hadn't made the tackle on him because he's so strong in his core and his lower body. His escape ability is elite.
Shout out Braswell. Good play, kid.
Yeah, great kid. They had a number 32. I forgot his name, but on that defensive line, somebody need to tap in with him. He can play.
So, and I know you wanted to ask him this question, but I know you're too shy to, so I'll ask him.
Craven, shy?
Would you say that he's got that dog in him?
Absolutely.
I had no idea where you were going with that.
I never know. I never know Mike to be
We've
shy.
known each other long enough. He's like, nah, Tepper's wild.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
just let him go.
Off script.
No, he
Let him
most
go.
definitely got that dog in him. You know, quiet.
So someone let Matt Step know.
We're trying to get that sponsored. The Matt Step
He's
got that dog in him.
Somebody
Player-
said, can we find a meaner looking dog?
That's what I said. He's got a little weenie
It's
dog.
like a little weenie dog in him in the photo that he tweets out and stuff like that. I want to
It's
hear it.
funny
He's in
because
Jamaica
when
right
you
now.
ask Step about it, he gets that little Step giggle going. He goes, Pickle, that's what makes it funny. And I was like, you're a grown man laughing about a weenie dog.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Matt Steps, he got that dog in him, sponsored by Kibbles and Bits.
Let's do it.
PetSmart.
PetSmart.
Yeah.
I love it.
We
Right
could
there.
get
NIL.
that.
Major NIL right
I'm
there.
telling you,
We could make that happen.
Step's not a businessman. He's a
I believe.
businessman.
Yeah.
Man.
I
He's
bet
a
you if anybody can
businessman.
get it done, you guys here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football
We
can
can
get
get
it
it.
done.
We can get popping.
How big is Hicks?
Boy, what
Like
a
6'4", 275.
6'4", 275.
And that
He's a
area.
large boy.
Man amongst
He's a
boys.
large boy.
Yes.
Like
And
a
he
4-eye, like just a monster.
Is he gonna play? Is he projected to play the 5 or the 3 tech on the
Yeah.
next level, Mike?
I mean, I think he'll play kind of a 4-eye in that A&M defense, kind of like DeMarvin Leal did.
number 0, by the way, if you're watching.
But yeah, I think he can play 3 technique. I think he can play he wants to play more outside than inside. But I mean, he's only 17, 18 years old, and he's already 275. So he'll probably get to 305 and play 3 technique.
Quick.
Yeah, he's 6'4". That's what they have him listed.
He's massive.
He's super
he's a big
athletic.
dude.
Can bend well. We got to play him last year when he was at Allen, and just a freak athlete.
My wife is calling me.
Well, you should probably take that.
You
Probably
probably
should
need to take
answer.
that.
Yeah, you probably
Never,
take that.
I've never
Turn off
beat
his
Allen.
mic.
Yeah,
Really?
we're turning off
Never.
the mic up.
All right,
Hey,
there we go.
wait, don't mess with your mic. We got it.
Coach Mann, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So you've coached Houston area,
Yep. Ooh, don't put
Dallas area, Lubbock area. Do you have
Texas?
East Texas? Do you have to change kind of the philosophy or scheme or anything based on those stops, or is it pretty universal and you just kids are kids, they play whatever?
Kids are kids. When I got down to Houston, I noticed the defensive schemes. It's normally the defensive schemes get a little different, depending on where you go. Offenses are, people are gonna vary in what they do, but a lot of people were going odd front because in Houston, who's everybody look up to? They look up to Katy.
Right.
So you'll see a lot of people trying to copy that Katy thing. When I got out to East Texas, that was, Tyrek Rollison was throwing it around like that, and Pat Mahomes was throwing it around like that. So you were getting a lot of 4-2-5 dime type defenses. When I got up here to Carrollton Ranch View, that was 4A. It was more smaller school, so you'd get a lot of 50 front defenses. People stacking the box. So offense doesn't really, West Texas was, years ago, we're starting to throw it around a lot more.
Right.
When I first started coaching, because Mike Leach was around, so people, they were, I think, one of the first areas to really, as a whole area, to start airing it out and running that air raid system.
Everything's good at home. I know you guys were worried. My wife forgot that I was on the watch along, and she called me and she was like,
That's good.
I'm on my way home right now. Like, what do I need to pay the babysitter? I told my wife, I'm like, honey, I'm supposed to be doing that right now, which is why we have the babysitter. So, anyway.
You're just upstairs.
Yeah. Exactly right. He's like, yeah, I'm
I got
hanging
the
out.
babysitter to take downstairs.
Man.
Shout out Miss
Let
Katy.
them-
Yeah, appreciate you guys watching the boys tonight.
You know, like giving out full-size candy bars is a
Yeah.
life goal of mine. Getting a babysitter while you're at home could also be like a life
Life
goal. You
goal.
know, where it's
Yeah.
just
I
like,
feel
man,
like if you're
it's
like a
Sunday. I'm hanging out upstairs. I'm not doing this.
If you're a stay-at-home parent,
NFL
too,
Sunday, get Red Zone on. Be like,
Yeah.
it's Red
stay-at-home
Zone.
parent.
Yeah, don't come in this
Work
room.
from home.
Miss Katy, NFL Red Zone's on.
Yeah.
You got to come over.
Yeah.
Well, what if you work from home too? Like, you've got to hire a babysitter.
Honey, it's Chiefs Chargers.
Yeah.
I think we can
Yeah.
fork out the money. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good
We're gonna have
It's a good
A&M
quarter-
Alabama
It's a good
tomorrow.
quarterback battle.
Saturday.
That'll be over by halftime, so it'll be cheaper.
Woo.
Can we get your official? I know you
I took the over.
go listen to Republic of Football on
Plug.
wherever you get your podcasts.
I have a hard time betting anything 21, 24 on an SEC game. I mean, A&M's still really talented. Bama could beat them by 40, but Bama hasn't. They've been playing with their food a little bit this year.
Do we know if Bryce Young's going to play?
I don't think he is.
He's not. I think it came out. that he's not gonna play.
It's gonna be Haynes King Day.
It's going to be Haynes
Yeah.
King versus Jalen Milrow.
Yep. Yeah, it's true.
All Texas high school football.
Yeah, Max Johnson broke a bone in his hand.
Last week.
Yep. Yeah.
We play a little quarterback in Texas. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Play a
Craven's
little
going
How
to
would you know?
Oklahoma, Texas.
Got one at Liberty playing pretty decent football
was
right
gonna
now.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
Craven's going to Oklahoma, Texas this week.
That's right. You're going to it's Texas
Yeah.
OU in this.
Oh, sorry, Texas OU, whatever.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. You can get a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah, you're-
I was waiting. She said it.
She
That
said
ma-
it.
at
She
Mal-
said-
it's
I'm
at
not
Mallory
gonna point
Hartley.
it out.
Yeah.
At Mallory Hartley on
Red
Twitter.
River
It's right there.
Shootout.
Don't line me
clear.
up. It was an
It's called the Red River Shootout.
You're
You're not allowed to do that
Otherwise, you just-
anymore.
because you're an Arkansas guy, right?
Is that not what it's called anymore?
They call it rivalry. You're not allowed to say shootout.
Oh, I
They
get
say
it.
shootout.
That's why y'all all looking at me like, oh my God, he just
Ah.
said shootout on
Oh,
TV.
Shaver said the
Like,
thing. Because you're an Arkansas guy, right?
I am. I graduated from
What are we
University of
gonna
Arkansas.
do about these hogs? How
We
we feeling
pig suey. We gotta get healthy, man. We gotta get our quarterback back. He's concussed, and we're trying to figure out if we can get him out of concussion protocol before we go up to start Vegas and
Did you-
try to get the fighting Mike Leaches off the
Just
field.
run it.
Did you see
run
the
it by
A&M game?
Dolphins.
The what?
The A&M Arkansas game?
Yeah, unfortunately.
What were your thoughts when he tried to dive from what seemed like triple
Yeah.
jump range?
Yeah, not a good decision by him.
Thank you for asking.
not a good decision from him at all.
On
And,
a more positive note, Little Shavers is
Thank you.
learning how to call the hogs, though,
He's
isn't he?
learning how to call the hogs.
I like
That was
the
a
video.
cool deal. Getting to see your son walk around on the college football field you played on, and he's looking around. And we've never really talked about calling the hogs, so he goes there, and everybody's kind of doing it. And I'm watching him, watching people in the stands, and he's trying to figure it out, like on the way. And he's all about it. He's all about the hogs. Kind of funny. We go to A&M for State 707. Go to College Station for State 707. And of course, they bring you, we got some kids now, and so they say, hey, bring your whole 707 team up. We're going to show them around the A&M trophy cases and all that kind of stuff. And Mason just wants to stay at the hotel and swim. But I'm like, bro, we get to go. He's like, no, we've been driving. I want to swim. And I'm like, no, we get to go. We get to go meet Jimbo. We get to go A&M, Cal Field, like this. I don't really want to do it. So I make him like, get in the car. We gotta go. We'll swim when we come back. And we get up there and just talk about an 8-year-old just being so ungrateful, right? Like we're walking around, he get to put on the Aggie jersey. I'm like, hey, put this on, go stand right there. We're gonna take a picture of you in A&M. This is for my collection. He's like, I don't want all
He wants to go swim.
I don't even, that's what he says, 8 years old. I don't even like A&M. I'm not coming here.
He done made his mind.
I said, bro, you 8. And if you know what I know about A&M, we listening.
Hell,
it was
Jimbo's
just-
still going to be there. Look at this
He's-
contract.
yeah.
Signing bonus in Lubbock.
Yeah, no doubt. Or they gonna have to rename the school to
Yeah.
get him up
And
out
then he
there.
sat down and you give Mason a whole deal over NIL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants no parts of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll show y'all in a minute pictures of him like on Cal Field. I'm like, yeah, stand right there, home of the Big 12, it's on the 50-yard line. Let me get a picture of you. And he's just pouting,
We need to see
He wasn't
this.
mad. Oh,
But you
it's
know
so
what? Counterpoint,
it's terrible.
Swimming rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah, that was it. He was like, I don't want to go.
As it is. And,
Oh, man.
And our offensive coordinator, Rowdy Harper, and his son were like, Rowdy was like, no, I've seen A&M. I've seen the football field before. I'm not going. So him and his son hit the pool. And as we're driving away, Mason's like, can I just stay with Coach Harper? And
With
I'm
the
like,
cool
no.
dad.
Yeah, exactly, with the cool dad. And I'm like, no, this is the father-son moment. You're going to enjoy it. He's like,
and it's
this
going to offer
sucks.
him a huge scholarship, and he's going to look at you and say, this is for when I didn't get to go.
Man.
Signing day, that picture's gonna pop
Yeah.
up.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, play action again.
Heartbreaking.
Oh, and they leaked him out of the backfield. No. No, it's not. Never mind. It's not. I thought that was I thought that was the running back, Davis.
Have we talked about? This is a good time to probably talk about this. I like to bring. I like to.
Koenig on the catch.
I like to bring this up when football games are at this place. Joe Martin, my high school football coach, used to talk to us about all the time about the 14-point theory.
We did talk about this.
Okay, then I won't say it.
It was a great conversation.
Do it
though.
again.
Yeah.
14-point theory, guys. We were trained on this when we were at Allen. It was like anytime the game is. Somebody's up 14 at any point in time in the game. He talks about the next series being the most important series of the entire football game. Whichever team, whether you're up 14, down 14, that wins that next series has, and I change the number every time I tell a story, but it's 85+% chance of winning the game.
We're gonna run back the tape on the last one.
And so yeah.
Maybe
See, I think I may have hit you
2032.
99 last year, but. My point is and if you pay attention to football, like just sitting around randomly watching college football or NFL, and you pay attention to the 14-point swings in the game, pay attention to that very next series, and then start seeing if that number 85 plus whatever it is holds true, and it does. I mean, most of the time when I'm watching it, and the craziest part is when the team's down 14, and they go out there and they just get a stop, right? And you're still down 14, but you just forced a punt. The theory says that team has an 85+% chance of winning the game, and they do more times than not.
Let me put it to you this way.
That's interesting.
Go
Very
back
interesting.
to, let me bring up the sore subject again, A&M Arkansas, right? It's 21-7, or it's 14-7.
This feels personal.
When, I know, when KJ Jefferson tries to leap in from 45 yards out, right? He fumbles, he takes it back, right? At that point, I gotta be honest, and I know you were in the building, at that point I was like, that's a ball game, man.
Yeah.
Like, even though like they missed the extra point, they were still trailing after that play.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, that's a ball game. Like that, you don't come back from something like that.
And I don't think you buy, because you're a guy, and we've talked about this. It's been well documented. You're a guy
We're friends, but
you're not a guy that believes in momentum.
not a momentum guy.
You don't think it's a real thing.
I don't.
But he uses every word other than momentum to literally perfectly describe
Moment. Yeah. I've heard him. I watch him.
Hey,
every
can
time.
you?
I'll watch him.
You know how
I didn't know that. I didn't know that about you.
Hey, Mel,
Oh, yeah.
can you cut her mic?
He's a non-momentum guy.
I'm not a.
Why not?
I
didn't know
don't
that.
think that one
There was
play
a
influences the
shift.
other. Now, especially in high school football, I am of the belief that that there's such a thing as confidence in a team. That like if you have something and something that instills that we believe we can go out there and do that, that will impact the next play. But I don't think that if you run for 3 yards on one play, that's going to make it so that you are more likely to run for 4 yards in the next play. I think. Everyone just yell at me. It's fine. It's all right. I know. Here we go.
Coach Mann, thoughts?
Do you believe in momentum?
Yeah. If you're getting it going, if especially on the quarterback, you think about coaching quarterbacks, and he's been struggling, and he hits one, maybe it's a 10-yarder, and now maybe he hits 3. And you said the word confidence.
Confidence, right?
You know, but
that's what I'm saying.
that all ties into that.
That's
mode,
one of
you know.
those words.
That's one of those.
Yeah.
So I would just love you to put an actual word to what you think it is, because you put it in like the same sentence, and you're literally just avoiding the word.
I think it's
that
confidence.
It is.
I think that the word is confidence.
But what is the? It's momentum.
I think so. Let's say Coach Mann is out there with his quarterback, and his quarterback he just threw 2 straight interceptions, 2 pick sixes. What you're going to do is you're probably, and I don't want to tell you how to do your job, you're a much more successful head coach than I'll ever be, but you're going to set him up probably with a couple of easy throws, right? A couple of throws to get him back in rhythm, a couple of throws that are going to allow him to set him up for success, right? It might only be a 7-yard throw, as you mentioned, but it's going to get you moving in the right direction, right? That is going to build his confidence back up from a personal perspective. That is going to allow him to make better throws down the stretch.
Yeah, but I've had quarterbacks that could throw 2 picks and their confidence is still there.
Now that's true,
You know,
and
but
those are probably the special
Now they
ones,
throw
right?
4 straight completions, and now their momentum's going the right.
So here's the thing. Here's the question. Were those quarterbacks? And there you go. Katy got the ball back, I think. Were those quarterbacks
So bad.
who
Swim.
were those quarterbacks who were who still had that confidence? Were they great quarterbacks, or were they like just super confident quarterbacks? You know what I'm saying?
Just sling. Caden Salter's one, man. It don't matter.
Yeah. Now he was a great quarterback.
He come
you know
out
what I mean?
and he throw a pick, and it doesn't matter. He's gonna throw you call the same play. He's gonna throw the same ball, and they might be another pick. Doesn't matter. He's gonna come back, throw the same ball. Now it's a 50-yard bomb for a completion.
You mean like against this Katy team?
Yeah, he had issues that game, man.
That game, I
was-
swear, I was like watching that game, and I'm like,
Salt had COVID, and we didn't know it until Monday.
"Are you serious?
Yeah, serious as a heart attack.
Jeez."
So we play, and it's you always say, man, you could see it in the eye, and that's normally bull crap. I could see it.
Oh, yeah?
In walkthrough, I'm like, he ain't got that look. But
You
he's still
doubted
confident.
whether or not he had the dog in him.
He gonna always have that dog in him. He's confident. He's doing his thing. He's got his swagger. We play the game.
So he's got to switch seats with me.
And it wouldn't have mattered a whole bunch because we had trouble stopping those jokers. But he goes to Tennessee and he has to get tested before he can move in the dorm. And I'm sitting on the couch. You got to go home for a week. I'm like, what?
Because he flew out like it was
He drove out that night because we played at 12 or whatever time it was. He left at 12 that morning and found out. His dad got put in the hospital
I
until like
remember
May.
that.
When they
moved
to Tennessee,
in.
he was
Yeah.
in the
I didn't know
hospital
that.
in Tennessee.
His dad was in the
for
hospital
weeks.
until like May.
Yeah.
golly. Oof.
So yeah, K-Salt played that game. We had a lot of kids that, and we didn't realize it until after the game. Played the game with COVID.
Okay, but other
That's
than that, it was a good experience in the state championship game in 2020.
You know what, man? To be honest, getting to state in a COVID year might be tougher than getting there. It's tougher than getting there in a regular. It's always tough to get to state. But man, going through the adversity we have to go through, no weight room, the season starting late, we're playing games and, playoff games, second round playoff games during Christmas week. It's freezing cold outside. Just a lot of adversity, man. So we were happy to get there. We weren't happy with how it ended, but it is what it is.
You were
man.
there. You know what I mean?
There.
You're in
there.
there. Yeah.
I've just lost twice to Katy.
I know.
Once in Houston, once in Dallas.
So this is a tough. We should have picked a different game. Well, we do have access to the entire Texan Live thing. So if you guys got another game, we can flip
Just
on.
flip it to another
Yeah,
channel.
be like, we can do Houston Stratford and.
Games are just now starting though, because
Yeah, I guess that's
just
right.
now
Why didn't
starting.
they start
'Cause I
at
got the
6?
scores pulled up.
Katy
They got
guys
two
beat Thursday.
stadiums right in the same parking lot, so they stagger them.
Yeah. So it's like do
one
6
6,
They're
one
both- I haven't
7:30.
seen the new one yet.
That way they enter and exit at different times. Because it's like
share a parking
NRG
lot,
and
yeah.
Astrodome. It's like in that same parking.
Wow.
I guess they blew up the Astrodome. I'm old.
Both Katy ISD
You are old.
stadiums.
I'm
So.
old, yeah.
Are you excited about Texas OU?
I'm always excited about Texas or OU. We were talking about it. It's like, there's no such thing as minor surgery when it's your surgery.
Yeah.
Like there's no such thing as like a minor shootout.
Yeah.
And like Texas OU is important even if they're both 0-5.
feels-
The corn dogs are good. We talked about the people watching. I mean, that's a tremendous people watching event.
Yeah.
It feels important for Texas, like really important for Texas.
It's important for Sark.
Yeah,
That's for sure. I mean, because
you've got them on the ropes.
I think as a head coach in college football, you get in trouble when you start losing the games you're supposed to win. If you just win all the games you're supposed to win, you're usually fine. Like if Scott Frost wins all the games he's supposed to win in Nebraska and he goes 8-4, he's fine. People complain on message boards, but he's not fired.
Right.
If you're a 7, 8, 9 point favorite against your rival that you've lost to 4 years in a row, and I want to say like 14 of the last 17 times or something, like it's now or never. If you can't win here, why would you ever have faith that he could get you to win ever? So
Yeah,
it's a pretty big game.
it's big.
Are you going to the fair too, or are you just gonna go to the game?
Well, you have to get there so early that you end up just going to the
Jeez.
fair.
Oh,
You know,
nice.
like
Yeah, you're like, just kill some
they just-
time.
Look at
Yeah.
75.
Just
75 is
resetting the
15 yards down the field because he's been blocking his rear end.
You know whose O-line looks like Katy's O-line, and you're going to think I'm crazy? Lubbock Cooper.
I got a big game this week.
Lubbock
Amarillo.
Cooper's offensive line looks like Katy, Allen, Duncan.
I don't know if this is a typo, but they're saying 75 is 6'1", 210.
There's no way. That's got to be a typo. He's not 210.
should have been a 3.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's 3. He's a big boy. They're all big
Yeah,
boys.
he does look kind of skinny though.
He's skinny, but 210.
That ain't 210. No.
And they look taller than 6'1".
If you just said maybe 6'5", 210, I'm 210.
77. I mean 6'2", 275.
I'm looking him up. Hold on.
I don't think the Katy Tigers allow on their roster, so I'm gonna say it's accurate.
Here we go. I think it's Patrick McMahon.
I believe in the character.
And ooh, they dropped
Get it out.
Oh, there you go. Good play. Good play by the Paetow secondary.
You're down 24-0 to a team like Katy. What do you even say
One play at a time.
in the halftime? Yeah, is it just as simple as
Well,
is kind
team.
of that stuff?
Well, team. Well, go on, please. By all means, go on.
The hands do their
Guys, that's about as bad as we can play right there.
Yeah.
So they've seen our worst. Now let's show them our best.
That's a good. That's a
Yeah.
good.
And then
really
you
good.
close with, the best way to eat an
Ooh!
elephant. One bite at a
One
time.
at a time.
Yeah.
And you hope that gets them fired up, but it won't. You're going to come back out and they'll run the kick back on you. It just, these teams are these teams for a reason.
Yeah. Right.
So, because I was
That's,
gonna
that's
say,
why they're up 31-0.
right?
Yeah.
It's like because you guys obviously your job is to get these guys fired up, and yet you're walking out there after
Yeah.
you give them this speech, and you're like,
Did it work?
That's a good point. What's the percentage that you're lying and you know that you are? Because there's got to be times where you're talking to your team and you're telling them something that you yourself just can't believe.
I'm not in that situation.
I hadn't
honestly.
been in a situation as a head coach to where we're getting smacked by a team that
No.
we ain't got
"There's
a
Hicks.
shot.
There's DJ Hicks."
Yeah.
We've had a shot versus everybody we've played.
I played on some bad teams, so
in
maybe
2
I've been in
years.
Watch
Yeah.
zero. This is different. Chase them down from the backside.
Oh
Whoa. Okay.
I've been that assistant coach
Right.
sitting
Yeah.
in the locker room against some teams, and I'm like, are we running the clock?
What do we think about 10-minute quarters?
Like I think that's why I say I've never been in that situation. Not because I hadn't been on bad teams, but it's just because you just kind of change your goals when you're talking to them. Guys, listen, here's what we're focusing on doing. We're going to go back out here. We're not going to turn the football. We're going to find 3 things that we can do against anybody that we have full control over. And then we're going to just focus on those things and not the scoreboard.
Well, what you're doing
Because
is
the
you're,
scoreboard is going to be
you're trying to
ugly.
put good tape out there, basically, at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
You start
Well, I just
talking
think
about,
you just
let's
minimize
not
the
have any
focus.
false starts.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Have
we can
something
go
to feel
without
good
falling.
about.
Yeah,
You
something
know,
to feel good about.
Can we
No.
win a quarter?
Play a clean game, yeah.
That's the deal though. Like we were when I first got to McKinney, we started off 0-5. In that first year, and we had been winning. We rolled at Estacado for like those first 2 years at Estacado.
Because Step texted me and he goes, "I'm worried about Shavers."
Yeah. So we go 0-5. Now, mind you, we go in.
He's that tight end.
Yeah. At this point, you playing video games. Somebody got to pass the sticks. Right here. This is
6'3",
this-
235 tight end.
Oh, okay. Is that all?
They always have one.
They always got one
Always.
dude. Here, watch this route too. Inline tight end. Oh no, never mind. That's the other guy. No, I think that was the other inline tight end. Golly.
I got tripped up.
I mean, Katie's got
yeah, 84
4.
is
They
an
got
inline,
4 tight
It was an
ends.
inline tight end
Listed
running
on their
basically
roster,
like
bro.
Yeah.
like an 8-yard out.
They have a deep snapper listed on their roster. Like, who does that? Like, bro, you're just deep snap. That's your...
The Katy Tiger.
If you got
Katie's about the only one that can do that.
what was that? 34 seconds and a half. If you got questions for Marcus Shavers or DJ Mann or Mike Craven or Ashley Pickle or Mallory Hartley, don't ask me questions. We got Mailbag Friday tomorrow. Save them for them. But if you got questions, get them out in the comments, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We'll get to as many as we can during halftime.
How close is that to yours? Do you see that and just get mad?
I mean, you got Shadow Creek over
Shadow
Tascasita?
Creek at 3.
Yeah, Shadow Creek over Tascasita?
Going back to something that you said a second ago about
That
go
might
out
be
there
actually
and
what we
win
have
the
in our rankings
quarter.
file,
Is
huh?
it?
Yeah.
I bet that you are more proud when you're down. Say you're down by 30
Probably
to
do,
what,
actually.
however
I don't
much.
think we have a Tascasita
To
rank.
see your team go out there and do the little things right when you're down is probably
It's
even
just
more
Houston
enjoyable
area.
than to see your
Yeah.
teams do the little things right when you're
Our
up
friends
by
and fight.
14, 15. You know,
Yeah.
is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, that just shows the type of character your team has, and the fight. And we don't call them little things at CHS. We call them vital things.
I like it.
You know, you call them little things. They say, oh, it's little. We put it to the side. Well, if you don't have your vitals in your body, you die.
I love it.
You know, so we'll call them vital things. And what type of character do you have? Because we were down 27-7 against Abilene Cooper. We come back, make it 28-27, and then they throw a 60-yard bomb, and it hits 97 people before they catch it and score a touchdown.
But they did the vital things right.
That's right.
Up and they did. It was a fluke play.
I mean, yeah,
If
you,
you go back and watch
you
it.
can't do that. Like you
Yeah.
can't. There's nothing you can help there.
We got halftime coming up here. I don't know what they're going to do. You're the executive producer of Texan Live, correct? Pickle?
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do.
You don't know what they're going to do at
This
halftime?
isn't a shout out to our friends at Sam Strait and his crew doing this game for us. So this isn't a Texan Live
We just
crew doing
we just have
it.
the rights
This
to
is,
it.
this is our partners. So
Ah.
we appreciate them invite down in Houston, giving us this game to watch.
And Paetow's got some dudes up front too. Got some big old boys. Do like that uniform color.
What do you
Black
think the
and-
I love the
philosophy
black
is?
and baby blue.
What do you think the philosophy is behind? You got two Katy teams right here. You got the Katy Tigers, and they put height and weight on their roster. And Paetow, they don't.
Yeah.
How do you How do you determine whether or not you put height and weight on
Let me
there?
tell you, as a person who has sideline reported for 5 years, height and weight on a roster, do it. Do
Very
it when you
good.
can because it helps everyone that you're giving a roster to. It helps tremendously from our perspective. It's more
Yeah.
work for y'all, but I
But
can tell you how much we appreciate it.
I can tell you though that like the way that some people are thinking is like, why would I give you more information than
Yeah.
you're required?
How do you
to
feel
have?
about it? How do you do it?
We put height and weight on our roster. And yeah, I just think that years where we are really small in areas, you kind of dread putting that information out there.
So, but do you still do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just add 10.
Yeah.
Nobody like nobody.
Oh, we had 10. I heard Coach say, man, we just keep it all the way real at Coronado. Man, I'm going to add 10.
You're not
205 tight end.
under oath.
That's no, 215 sound better for a tight end.
Oh, whoops, we
205
measured them in pads, you know? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, it comes from my background of when I was younger, we played Mann, NCAA, and I would create my whole team. Like, I'd go and create edit a whole roster. I spent 2
Coaches are
days.
just like us.
You spend 2 days just making your whole roster. And I change it. I get everybody's 100. Everybody gets certain height, weight. The whole team's blue chip. I go take the most rundown program, and then we edit the whole roster, right? To everybody's as good
Army's
as
just
everybody in Alabama.
ripping people apart.
Yeah, yeah. I won like 6 national championships on the last NCAA with Mississippi State. We were a powerhouse in Starkville. We beat everybody. And you know, once you edit them the first time, you win enough to where you start actually getting the good recruits in. So, yeah, I think that was
July
my
2023.
that was my start.
Got in your
That was my start.
You're
Going down.
That's where it all
NCAA.
started, right
Man,
there.
I gotta
Messing
tell you,
with
what we're gonna
rosters.
do is we're gonna start replacing these watch-alongs with like getting coaches in to play, and we're gonna
Oh,
start
man.
live streaming.
That would be
NCAA.
incredible
Like get
television.
coaches in.
Man,
It might
I'm with
get
that.
spicy.
Better put a delay on.
Might
Delay.
yeah, do we have a dump
A hard
button,
out,
Pickle?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mallory, do we have a dump button? We can't dump like, you know, if I were to say something right
No.
now, it would just go out over the air.
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody in the world will hear it.
All right. Well, that's good to
Also,
know.
So you can get fired if you want.
Yeah.
Let her rip. I mean,
Yeah.
go for it.
And I'll come watch.
Yeah,
I won't participate.
yeah.
Shout out to our customer service gal, Miss Emma Klingenpil.
She's
She
watching.
is watching live.
Hi, Emma.
So,
Now they're going to kneel it out.
Tell her
We
hi.
go to halftime. 31-0 Katy. We're looking into a bag that's marked "Dead Dove Do Not Eat," and we're saying, well, I don't know what I expected. 31-0 is the halftime score. If you've got questions for DJ Mann or Marcus Shavers or Mike Craven or Ashley Pickle or Mallory Hartley, get them in the comments, Facebook, YouTube,
Look
Twitch.
at the JV kids, bro. Look how good my man looked on the side.
Yeah, with his sleeves.
I gotta tell you, that's a coach
Yeah.
right there. Right there, he's
Yeah.
like, man, look at that JV kid. He's over there cheering for his.
Yeah, that Joker look like he can come start right now.
Put this out there. I want to go visit Katy this off season.
Yeah, you want?
Yeah, most
You want to learn from this
definitely.
man?
Yeah, for sure. I want to go visit him.
Hey,
I wanna go learn.
Pickle, you're TV talent, right? Do you want to comment on her technique on the sideline interview?
She looks like she's doing fantastic.
Okay.
We appreciate them giving us this game for Texas Live.
Appreciate you.
Good form.
Step is in Jamaica, sending in the Slack. Hey, how's the watch along going?
In Jamaica?
This guy is hurting that he's
The
not here
sicko.
for football.
If I could throw something at Matt Step,
I
would.
just
He
sent
joined
in-
the meeting on Monday.
go
You're like,
enjoy your life. What are you
Jamaica.
doing?
You paid to be
He's a
there.
sicko.
He's
if I
a
was in
junkie,
Jamaica,
man.
y'all wouldn't even cross my mind.
He is a straight up
You'd
junkie.
forget my name.
Right. Somebody like Greg Taylor would be like, never heard of him.
Yeah.
I just sent in all caps back. Go enjoy the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
Or anything.
He took our staff meeting the other day. He got on Zoom in Jamaica for our staff
With
meeting
camera.
on Monday.
Yeah.
With camera.
Embarrassing.
Sicko behavior.
Embarrassing.
Crazy.
My 20-year class reunion is this weekend.
Oh man, that's tough.
Really? 20 years.
20 years.
I'm 1 year away from that one.
I got a few
Lubbock,
years.
Coronado.
Got a few years.
But you're a Coronado
It's like
grad.
a like
I
a
am.
So this
snowball.
is you just
I just
So you just
you got
walk,
home, you got home field advantage here.
walk out your office and go in the
you're like, hey,
cafeteria.
guys,
like,
good to see you guys. Thanks for coming to work
yeah.
with me.
And then just go to your office.
It's take your class to work.
They want to do a school tour. I was like, well, I got the keys. Just let me know when y'all want to come.
I got
That's pretty cool, though. That's awesome.
How cool is it getting to go back and coach your
Yeah.
own water?
It's cool, man, but the pressure's unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal,
Sure.
man. Just coming home, period. Because, you go to the barbershop and they talking.
Well,
You
especially,
know?
I mean, as your first head coaching job,
Yeah.
too, you don't know it any other way. You got, like, the mountain of pressure on your back from the get-go.
Yeah.
But it's love, man. The best thing about it is my mom and dad gets to see their grandkids.
That's awesome.
That's the best thing about getting that job back home. And then, I go see my mom whenever I want to, eat good food, see my dad, hang out with him. But it's fun, but it's a lot. Mark Ball told me one day, he was like, when I didn't get the job at the E, he was like, it ain't always meant for everybody to come home, DJ. So just, But I'm blessed and got a chance.
and
man,
yet
I
at the
wouldn't
same
trade it.
time, yeah. Cause think about that. Think about if you had gotten that job, the whole the ripple effects, the butterfly effect.
I don't know him.
Totally.
I don't know him.
Exactly right.
I'll tell y'all the story. So I interviewed for the job, and I'm like, I'm finna get this job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm digging in, like, who else is interviewing? Who else is interviewing? I'm like, who the hell is Marcus Shaver?
yeah. Yeah. I like when it gets started like that. Yeah.
There's never been a bad story about you that starts
Yeah.
with who the hell is Marcus
Yeah.
Schaefer?
I like when it gets started like that.
Let's Mesquite. Yeah. I was like, all right, okay. Like, I'm good, though. I ain't get it, so I ain't gonna lie, for like 2 weeks, I was mad. I hated his guts. Didn't even know the man. Hated his guts. So then I was like, I ain't even gonna be that way. So I remember my mom was like, I called him. I was like, hey, bro. I text him, whatever it was, like, that's my city. If you need anything, go do well. My mom, she spoke highly of you, thinks great of you, and whatever. And we've been good friends ever since.
Yeah. It's funny when I met DJ's mom for the first time. She felt the same way he did.
It's a good mom.
Brother.
So, yeah, I remember, correct, to remind me, your mom's a part of what
She's a
sorority?
Delta.
So Deltas do a lot on the East Side community, and they were a part of this, there was some event going on, like I think a Juneteenth celebration or something at like the park. And the Deltas were all there, and they were kind of doing some giveaway stuff. And we walked over there to the Delta's table. And I just kind of had a vibe because she was kind of giving me that.
It wasn't you.
Who is
bro.
this? I just felt
The
it.
people, and it was.
I just felt it like it was a vibe coming that was like, who is this non-Lubbock guy that's over here in Lubbock and my baby not in Lubbock? So I went, so we introduced ourselves to each other, and I said, oh, okay, how you doing, Marcus Shea? Was known of your son for a long time, you know. Well, I'm gonna just be honest with you. When you first got the job, I wasn't happy. She told me that. I don't know if I ever told you this. This is a real story. I don't know if she admit to it, but I remember at the park, she said, I don't know, when you first got this job, I wasn't happy. But I will say, since you've been here, and I don't know how long I had been there at that time I had first met her, she was like, but since you've been here, I feel different about you now. We're gonna see what you do, you know, this fall. But at the same, but I'm here for.
We need 9 wins.
I feel better. I feel better. I'm here for you. But the one thing that she did was she gave me a number. She was like, if you need anything for them boys up there, me, my sorority sisters are willing to come up there and we'll feed you, we'll do pregame meals, we'll volunteer your cassettes. Like we want to be a resource for this community regardless, but I love my baby. You know, it was that, for real. And so I would see her from time to time at different things throughout that 2 years that I was out there. But yeah, she didn't hold back
My
her
daddy
word. She
still
knew
talk
what was
about
up.
you, man. They like you, man. My uncle,
I
you know,
love
the barbershop.
Lubbock.
You know,
I love
my
Lubbock.
uncle, man.
I love Lubbock. I really did. I didn't want to leave Lubbock. Loved it. I always told myself if the whole Estacado setup was like in the Metroplex, I'd still be there today. It was a location. It was a family thing for me. Like you want to get home. You want to be around your people.
Yeah.
You want to be around your family. And that's what McKinney did for me. It allowed me to get back close enough to home to where I could enjoy family and be able to go get good food and do all the things that DJ getting to do right now. So it's been cool.
So I bring my wife back to Dallas as much as I can.
I got to wave to her.
So
She was down there.
so
in the
she
car.
can see her folk.
Okay. She's not like wandering around.
No.
Okay, I want to make sure she can come in.
I invited her up for pizza. I really
Okay,
did.
good. I'm glad. That's good. I just want to make sure your mom likes me and like Dave Campbell's. How's she feel about Dave Campbell's?
All love, man.
Okay, good. All
How
right.
does she feel about
Okay, so y'all both been in Lubbock. Where's the best place to eat in Lubbock? Like, we always hear about the cheese.
'Cause you're going out there in a couple weeks.
We know that, but like, what's the actual best?
I'm
place
a
to eat in
jazz
Lubbock?
guy. I like jazz.
So can you eat jazz? Like, was that a restaurant? Or
Yeah.
I thought you were saying like the type
never
of
went to
jazz, bro?
Like it was like, what's the best place to eat? It was
Cajun.
like, I prefer R&B, and I'm like, what is? I'm like,
You
damn.
never went to jazz?
No.
Oh my God.
Has it been open? I mean, was it open?
30 years.
Oh, so it's been there. Where
Yeah.
is it?
Right across from Tech off 19th.
Okay, no, I haven't.
I'm glad you said it. I was shaking my head going, Yep.
Yeah, y'all act like y'all been there.
Silence
Everybody
fell
was
across
like, yeah,
Do I
jazz.
eat rock and roll?
Jazz, like
Jazz.
jazz.
restaurant.
I'm gonna
man.
eat trap music.
I thought he was going into like this
It
place.
just depends
has
on what
good
type,
jazz.
what you looking for,
Yeah.
you know. But I'm gonna recommend jazz to anybody.
Okay, so what's the meal?
What do you get? What's the order?
Chicken alamir, or black and tuna alamir. You get black and tuna, and they get like this
I like tuna.
Alfredo sauce on
Is
it.
it facing the highway? Like is it facing the highway?
It's facing 19th right
do that
here.
too, right?
Hospital, jazz.
Yeah. Is it
I'm laughing at Mallory.
Is it
Miss that.
is it next to like the Slotskis? Is it in that same
Right,
shopping
same
center?
shopping center.
I have been there before.
Same
I have
shopping
been
center.
there before.
Yup.
Small little kind of old bar, kind of
Yup.
don't smell that good.
Dollars on the
They tell me
dollars
I'm
on the
like,
door.
yeah, dollars on the door.
Dollars on the.
I've been
on the,
there
on the
before.
wall. Yeah.
I've been there before.
This is a
There-
recommendation. I want to be clear. It doesn't smell too good.
Yeah.
Hey man, that's my spot.
You like-
Montelongo's Mexican, Jalisco's Mexican, Taco Outline Mexican.
I don't know if the place that I was gonna say is even Lubbock at all.
All right, let's
but
go.
it's in, I guess it's Wolford, so does
Evie's?
that count?
Evie
For
Max?
sure. I think it's hands down the best barbecue in the state of Texas.
Yeah. That's usually where I go if I'm in Lubbock. It's close
Evie
enough.
Mae's Barbecue. If you ever
Close
go to
enough.
Evie
the
Mae's
Shack.
Barbecue,
Go to the Shack.
man, ain't nothing messing with Evie Mae's.
The Shack is solid.
How has
I'll be there at the end of October. I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah, yeah.
how has Lubbock changed now that old Joey Mack don't know if you saw the cover of Dave Campbell's
It's on
Texas
fire.
football.
Yeah, I saw it. Saw it.
That was okay.
Yeah, man. It's on fire, man. Like, and people love. Like I told them, if y'all can win, like the basketball team wins, Lubbock is gonna go stupid.
Oh man,
it's gonna go stupid, and they will. It's gonna take a little time, but
I mean, I just remember I was sitting there with former watch-along guest Aaron Hardigan, and like it was before that opener against Murray State.
Yeah.
Murray State, and I remember telling him like, man, like Joey, he's won the hearts and minds, right? He's won the offseason, right? Joey McGuire won the offseason, and I remember thinking, I'm like, man, got to go out there and you got to trounce Murray State. Like, you can't go out there and have some game where it's like, oh, it's 28-21 going to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, oh, this guy's all talk. You know what I mean? And they did that. I'm like, great. Okay, good. You know,
they ran
pass
the
the
flea
first
flicker
test.
from the end zone, first play of the game against Murray State.
when they beat Texas, that was like a proof of purchase.
It really was, yeah.
You know, I think they all, because you can think something about a guy, because Joey's a chameleon. Like, Joey can go coach anywhere, and you would think he was born there. You know, like he feels like a West Texas guy, even though he's not. But I think when they beat Texas, it was like, okay, he's what he's saying that he's about. This is going to get pretty good. And they sold out the Baylor game
out, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to be the big time coach in Lubbock.
I know.
And Joey gets there.
Yeah, and
like,
now it's,
shoot.
it's like,
We did a woman's clinic, and I was talking to Book Binder. He's like, man, that's a good idea. You know, tell me about that, yada, yada. I tell him. Next thing I know, I look on Twitter. They got a women's clinic, of course, with like 600 women out there. You know what I'm saying? Bigger, better. I put some on Twitter like, I see you, just with the eyes emoji towards Texas Tech. Like, I see you.
Shoot, man, next time we'll come do WTF. We'll come do Women Talking Football from y'all's women's clinic. That's what we should do.
There you go.
There you
See,
go.
listen, this
That's a
is
good idea.
branding.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is
That's a really good
branding.
idea.
That's really
We have a
good.
mobile studio now. We
I
can
am-
take it out there.
Boom.
I don't like to talk about this, but we've talked about it in the staff meeting, so I might as well bring it up. That their podcast WTF is like doing numbers,
Yeah.
and I feel like the male contingency here is pretty. We're feeling a little bit.
No, I'm supportive. I'm an ally.
No,
So-
Mike Craven, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I don't like it. We've given them too much power.
Yeah.
We've given them too much power.
So did you?
Now take over.
you
Just
feel
remember
like-
me
you feel
when
like
y'all
these
do.
My head's in the guillotine, and you're just like waving at me like, "See ya."
Podcast with more followers than we have.
He's gonna clip that. If we ever make it
I'm an
big,
ally,
Craven's
yeah.
just gonna send it and say,
I'm an ally.
remember October 6th of 2022.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Go check
Yeah.
the tape. Go check the tape.
I was a believer from the very beginning.
I went on the record.
I was raised by a lady. I know these.
My God.
You know the score. We're at the half, as you can see. It's 31-0. So if you've got questions on the Facebook, YouTube, Twitch,
I want to say this as somebody who now covers mostly college football. The half times
oh god,
are so long.
Yeah.
In high school?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's forever.
we love the
I
bands
get it.
and we
I
love
get
the
why.
drill
I get why it
teams.
has to be that way.
We
but
love the bands and we love the drill
Not in El
teams.
Paso.
when you're used to high school, it doesn't feel as long because it's what
Yeah.
you get. But as soon as you start, it's 20 minutes, and it starts
Dude.
as soon
El
as
Paso
the.
has it figured out.
It happens every year for me that because high school starts 2 weeks before the NFL, and so I've got 2 weeks of high school football before we get to the NFL, and like the first NFL Sunday will roll around, and it's like, oh, it's halftime of the Cowboys game. Okay, I'm gonna go, take care of the kid, whatever, it's this, that, and the other. And then you come back and the game's back on.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like 5 minutes into the third quarter, and you're like, what?
They get that good halftime nap, and then
they're like 15 minutes, we're back.
Yeah.
Like
Set
you
your
guys
alarm for 10 minutes.
you can have a
wake
drink
up.
of water,
Yeah.
and then then we're back.
That's right.
It's like, man,
El Paso does it to where the visiting band performs before the game, and then half-times are only 20 minutes because technically they're in Mountain Time Zone, so they're already kicking off an hour later than everybody else, so they make up the time there, and it's awesome.
and you know who loves
Because
that? Visiting band parents.
That well,
They're
and also
show up,
too, it's so smart
See
because
ya out there.
the stands are full when the game starts because all the band parents are there wanting to watch the band members from home or away. So it
It's
gets
pretty
fans in the
cool.
stands beforehand. It shortens halftime, and everyone gets their own band performance.
I guess I
Great.
thought that was just a high school rule. It had to be 30 minutes. I guess
they
I just
just
give
always
everyone
assumed
For like
that.
14
band
minutes.
purposes or something.
No.
I just assumed
Districts
that.
Nine
districts
one
vote on it. Every district votes
Okay,
on
so
how
you could
much-
be different
yeah.
if you wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can have a 60-minute halftime if you want?
You can if you're into that kind of thing. Like your district's a major fine arts district and they want 60 minutes, you can get 60 minutes.
I always think it's funny whenever there's like some of the stadiums that like get these beautiful stadiums get built and they're like, it's like Birdville. Birdville's an example. I'm not trying to blow up Birdville spot, but it's like, where's the Birdville Fine Arts and Athletic Complex?
Yeah,
Like,
It's a football
you mean a football
stadium,
field,
bro.
right?
Yeah.
Get that bond to pass, and you call it whatever you gotta
exactly
call it.
right.
Get that bond.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
name it
true,
whatever,
though.
I'll name it whatever
That's
you want
true.
if I get that Jumbotron.
El Paso's special. They got this. We went out there a couple times when I was at Estacado to play. I guess Clint, is that close to El Paso?
Yeah.
Clint Horizon.
So we would play Mountain View, Clint Mountain View, and we'd drive out there to El Paso. And I remember seeing a sign out there that said, like, at this point, you're closer to the border of California than you are Dallas. And that's what kind of put how big Texas was in perspective.
When
to
you're
me.
driving into El Paso from New Mexico, there's a sign that says Beaumont 713.
Which feels mean.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's the same one
I've
coming
seen that
back
one
from
coming
Louisiana,
back from-
Beaumont. It says El
yeah.
Paso
Off 10.
713.
Goodness, man.
So you
That's
you got
wild.
713 miles of driving without leaving the state, all on I-10.
Yeah.
You're on the same road.
Same road. No turns.
Because I drove to the Rose Bowl, Vince Young's Rose Bowl, when I was in college.
Really?
And you still had MapQuest.
Yeah,
I was old
the
enough
paper.
to have to print it.
You print it out.
And the first page and a half was getting out of my neighborhood and onto I-10.
Yeah.
And then you were in LA. You know, it was like I-10, 972 miles, you know? And so, like, you could get from Austin, you know, you got to Johnson City, and you didn't have to get off I-10 until you were in LA. Like, it was
wild.
It was absurd.
That's crazy.
Absurd.
The next time Texas is in the Rose Bowl, we should do that.
Just drive it?
Just drive
It's a
it.
great drive, man. It's a beautiful area.
Did you go by yourself?
I went with a college buddy.
I still live in California. We
Drove
used to
straight
drive
through, stop
all the
anywhere?
time.
Stopped in Phoenix.
California.
Had
Lubbock.
some buddies that were in
California,
school.
Lubbock?
Out there.
Yeah.
Lived in Anaheim when I was real young. California, Anaheim to Lubbock all the time.
That is,
You drove it?
No, I was riding. I was
Right. But still in the car.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna ask some questions.
okay.
Tepper,
No.
thoughts on Lake Belton and Colleen?
Well, Lake Belton's got, Lake Belton, I'm not trying to, tell you to subscribe to TexasFootball.com so you can get Tep and Step, but
Plug.
Tep and Step did tell you that Lake Belton was going to be serious business this year. And they got Micah Hudson, the wide receiver, who's a star. Killeen's been up and down this year. When they play their best and like they've got an opportunity, but I think Lake Belton's got to be your favorite. In this game.
The computer has Lake Belton by 12.
Yeah, like
Which feels right.
The ceiling on Killeen's pretty high, but like they just haven't reached it consistently. Lake Belton has been more consistent this year, and they've got the single individual best playmaker, which is Micah Hudson. So I would go with the Mighty Broncos of Lake Belton, which is a mascot I had to learn. But yeah, we told you guys that Lake Belton was going to be good. We told you Lake Belton was going to be good. There's one other new program that we said.
Davenport.
Yeah, but we.
all Davenport or no?
No, I don't think we did. And Davenport's 5-0 though, and they're probably going to be 6-0. Anyway.
Like it. Coach Mann, this one's over to you. Someone is wondering where your hat is.
It's off week. I didn't
It's
put,
off week.
Can
I
we,
put a hat out
by the
this
way,
week.
while we're talking.
We need to, yeah.
Yeah, while
Yeah,
we're
let's
talking
talk
about
Yeah.
Coach Mann's style, which is stylish man.
Oh, yeah.
Can we talk about the kicks here?
Show the camera.
Look at these.
Hold on, let me.
What are those?
Look at
Oh, something I got online. I don't have.
That's a
brand
nice way of
for
saying
them.
what are those?
But in the best way possible.
Look at
The
these things.
formal,
But in the best way.
formality.
Goodness.
I just wondered. I
Gracious.
thought you
Actually,
needed a formal
wore these
introduction.
a game.
Oh yeah?
I coached friendship game in these.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I think I coached Cooper in these also.
Well?
4 o'clock, which is crazy. A 4 o'clock football game on a Friday night, on a Friday evening is not fun. So I'm 1-1 wearing them.
Okay, well,
So
I mean, we need a jolt here, so maybe, Who got this week? Next week?
Amarillo High.
All right. Well, big game this week against Cooper.
Yeah,
fine.
big game.
I think Amarillo's going to beat him.
Cooper's so physical.
Yeah.
Like so physical. Amarillo High can throw the ball around the yard. They got their quarterback's like 6'5", 240 pounds.
Yeah, they got
Jamison Garcia on the edge that runs like 10-5, but it's gonna be a.
That's a good game.
They say styles make fights, so we'll find out.
Yeah, if Cooper goes out there and punches him in the mouth.
It's in Amarillo.
Yeah.
So that's scary if you're Cooper.
Yeah, it's a long trip. Longer than you think if you just think the Panhandle's on one big thing, which it's not. Lubbock and Amarillo are a long way away. Anyway.
A reminder for everyone in the comments here, any game-specific questions, if you'll tune into Texas Football Today tomorrow, we will be doing Mailbag Friday, Tepper and myself, so please ask game-specific questions there. These are questions, let's take advantage of the guys that we have in studio and ask Coach Shavers and Coach Mann some questions, so get those on in.
Get those in Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch as we're watching the Katy Paetow band. Hello, Katy Paetow band.
Twitter too.
Yeah, I guess if you want to tweet Mallory Hartley and ask her about what she thinks about Ohio State and Michigan State on Saturday. What do you think about Ohio State and Michigan State?
I have no thoughts.
You have no thoughts?
They're all bad thoughts.
They're all bad
They're all
thoughts.
bad thoughts.
Pain.
What's the line in
Literal
that game?
pain.
What's the line in that game? Do we know?
I don't.
27.
27?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
What was
All
the
right.
line on Alabama A&M?
21.
24.5.
24.5?
Okay. All right, we got some questions. We got a question.
Okay.
See if that moved, actually.
Yeah.
Coach
Oh.
Shavers,
Yes.
you're up first.
Okay.
You have to answer this honestly.
Oh,
Who is
Oh.
your favorite member of the Dave Campbell's Texas football crew?
Wow. I won't go get pizza.
That's cold-blooded.
that's pressure.
It's cold-blooded and you up next.
You got to make the people of the comments happy.
That's what they want to know.
That's what they want to know.
That's tough. My favorite member of the Dave Campbell's Texas football crew.
There's an easy answer.
Yeah.
It ain't me. I'm going to be clear.
I mean, I think that I hope I still get invited back, but I'm gonna say Matt Stepp.
That is the answer.
Yeah.
That's the layup answer. Nobody gets mad at you for saying Stepp.
Okay, perfect.
Mine too.
Matt Stepp.
Yep.
Matt
Is that your
Stepp.
number one too?
That's good.
Yeah.
Matt Stepp?
Matt Stepp.
Yeah, I think mine's Adam because he signs my checks. But other than that,
Good one.
like, you know,
Good one.
Mine's Matt.
So Adam bought the pizza. I like Adam too.
Adam bought the
Adam bought the
pizza.
pizza.
All right, Coach Mann, we're going over to you, but it's a different type of question.
Yeah.
Who is your least favorite Dave Campbell's Texas football member?
Yeah.
No, no.
Yes,
No.
yes, yes.
It's the computer.
Ah.
That's the
Wow.
best answer.
That
It's
was
the
really
computer.
good.
What's the
thought about
what
that.
does the computer do?
Because here's
Fill
the thing.
me in. Is that who picks who's last in the district and all that? Or so y'all hide behind
Yeah.
the computer?
Yeah, they do.
It's you, but you talking about it's the
like Pepper.
computer.
It's a Wizard of Oz situation.
The big, oh yeah.
Greg the computer Tepper is
Yeah.
actually his full
Right,
legal
right.
name.
It was like, so we had Coronado, correct me if I'm wrong, we had Coronado 5th
Yeah.
district, we had Coronado 5th in their district. Now,
Looking like it's making sense right
Now-
now.
Yeah,
you said it, I'm only agreeing.
I ain't gonna start on our pick. Maybe I will. Go ahead.
But basically, now one thing about your district, and I think you'll agree, I think it's pretty tightly packed. I think there's about at least six real quality teams in that district. They're all going to beat up on each other. And basically, the computer decided that they spit out and they said, all right, Coronado 5th. We decided not to override the computer because we ultimately have the power to put that in the
Yeah.
magazine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, we take that as a suggestion.
computer.
That was an easy answer though.
But that was
safe.
That's what came out, and it was
answer.
it was very chalky. Your district was very chalky.
Safe
For you,
answer.
we looked at the head coaches in your district, and we were like, let's rank them as far as how much we like them.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
that's how we came up with you guys. What, 6th?
I think it was lower than that. I think there's 8 teams in our district. We may have been 7th,
We'll find a magazine.
maybe.
Again, I said it, Greg the computer Tepper.
Yeah.
See?
Well,
That's it.
I do the college stuff.
it's all.
Leave me out of this.
He wrote
It's all good.
Oh, we got this is a.
My history with Dave Campbell, Texas football, in the picks in the last 7 years. So they.
We also had Hardin Simmons won the American
They've
Southwest
always
Conference. Good
been
job,
wrong
Corey.
about us.
That's fair.
So which I'm
like it,
glad
Mike.
about. What they'll say,
Okay,
yep.
well-
Estacado, we always got picked to go to playoffs in
boy, right?
Estacado because we're in 14
You like
district.
that,
We
right?
had to get
Josh?
in.
Yeah.
There you go, Josh.
Last
Pocket,
5 years at
40.
McKinney, when they picked us to
Yeah, you're welcome.
To
sir.
not
Used
go to
be
the
really
playoffs, we
huge,
would
and
go.
now he's not.
Then they picked us to go,
He
and we
did, he
didn't.
shrank.
Yeah.
So I'm like, golly, it
Okay,
can't.
well then here's the question, because this always is different from coach to coach. Would you rather be ranked first or would you rather be ranked last?
I ain't gonna lie, I want to be first.
Where are you 6th?
I'd rather
Still
be
wrong.
first.
Rather be first?
Yeah.
What about you, Shavers?
you guys beat
I'll
Broward.
take last. I'll take last.
Yeah, but then that's just because you text me and be like,
No, I ain't. I've never done that.
What
I
now?
will.
What
I
now,
will
bro?
in a couple weeks.
I texted him, what was it, 2014,
Paetow got
after we
one.
play Brenham in the playoffs, 3rd round. I'll never forget. Temp picks us to lose, so that just gives us a reason to be upset and angry. And
That's-
on the field,
Yeah.
like we hadn't even got to the locker room, I called him and said, hey man, appreciate that. Have a good night.
I remember that.
That's why these things are so dangerous, because we eat pizza together, we all kumbaya and smile,
and then we're
love,
just gonna fight in the parking
and then
lot
I
afterwards.
fully expect when that magazine comes. I say, man, we had a great experience last year at this watch along,
Yep.
so I feel good about where
That's
the
great.
McKinney lines are going to be.
7th in district.
Yeah. Yeah. And I got some people asking me, why you even go messing with them people? They don't
know.
respect you.
I know. That's right.
At the back of the bag.
They ain't had the pizza though. They don't know. They hadn't been
If
here.
nothing else, show up for the pizza. I've been saying
Nothing
it's
else.
the best
I need to
pizza.
go get
Best
me some
pizza.
of
There
that.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it.
Man, it's the best
No doubt.
pizza.
But yeah, I would much rather play the whole
You'll be the underdog.
Underdog for sure.
That's the thing. Is like, for us, like the best thing that we are able to do is we provide bulletin board material
Yeah.
for 1,500 teams across the state of Texas.
Absolutely.
Whether you're first or whether you're last, you got something that you can talk about. Be like, no,
Yeah.
yeah. See, they don't respect you. Stuff like that. They don't respect you.
What do you call it? Here comes the. It's a name for it. It's the. You were wrong season. Right toward the end of district play when everybody starts kind of.
Disrespect season, baby.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it's
yeah.
disrespect season. Yeah, I mean, and because that's the thing. Look, we are functionally a magazine of predictions. We can talk about some of yours in a bit if you want.
I'm okay. I'm 30-16-1 against the spread.
Hashtag Craven Bets.
Yeah.
Been
Hey,
good.
check out Craven Bets.
I just paid my rent with. Never mind.
Again, we're
You paid your
talking
rent.
college football. Just
Yeah, to be very clear.
Yeah.
Very clear.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I probably should have. Yeah.
But the
Completely within
college
your
football-
rights. I just wanted
college
the
football
people to know.
inside.
Yeah.
College football guy.
On his parlay, he's got Katy
But
going.
like,
Never parlay.
but like we're gonna be like in the end, what we'll probably end up doing, and I want to tally it up whenever we get to the playoffs. But like, man, Seth Davis is a bad dude. He's just so quick. He's quick to the hole.
They're just walking up to the line of scrimmage and going zeros right there, and then they just
Yeah, run away
go,
from him.
you know.
Yeah, they're running.
Run
away
the
from
other
zero.
way.
Yeah, because you're fast, but you ain't that fast.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, he's on the other side. So wherever they line him up, they're running opposite him. But like, I'd really like to calculate like how many playoff teams we got ranked. You know what I mean? Because I think that's a good metric of how well we did in our job.
Yeah.
That if we get
That's a cool like off
80% of our playoff projections right, I would say it's a good year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's probably our bar. Because there's going to be teams that we don't see coming. There's going to be teams that, a new coach comes in and it's suddenly like he really turns things around, or they've got a sophomore that we didn't know about, or something like that. Or, Keldrick Luster has a breakout year, things like that. So, you don't know. That's what I'm going to put an intern on that because I ain't doing that job.
There you go.
Calculating that.
Coach Man, we got a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is your favorite coach or team to talk smack to?
Careful.
Ooh, wee.
Careful.
Don't be careful.
My favorite coach.
Be real. Thank you.
What we here for? I thought we were
Exactly.
hanging out.
Like current.
We'll walk away. So I'm not in the shot whenever this goes down.
Ooh, wee. I know at my last place of employment, there was a school down Beltline that I love talking trash to.
Put a name on it.
Oh, the DeSoto Eagles.
Thank you.
That was
Thank you.
easy. Love talking smack to them.
There we go.
Love, is that?
But that's perfectly fine to say because the DeSoto Eagles love to talk trash back. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
right,
oh, yeah, yeah.
Right. Like, you want to talk about a healthy trash talking
Yeah, yeah.
relationship?
It-
Perfect team. Like,
It definitely went both ways.
It's good. It's fine.
But now it's Monterey. without
Yep.
a doubt.
Really?
Yeah, that's the route.
Y'all played last
Craig's
game
gonna
of the
be at that
season?
game, aren't you?
You're gonna
When
play
is that
Friday
game?
night.
Friday, it's in not this week, not next
Right.
week, the week after.
I'm
It's
in,
Baylor
I need
Tech
a
weekend, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Craig
be
is gonna
there.
Come on,
I'm gonna be
holler
there.
at me.
You ought to go to the media luncheon if you're there early enough. If you've never been, they're really cool to go to.
I get there Friday morning. But
Friday
yeah,
afternoon,
Thursday.
and Thursday. That's right. It's
Thursday,
the
yeah.
day before.
Yeah. I can't on camera say what I'm doing, but it's gonna be. I'm pretty locked in.
There you go.
Pretty
Yeah.
busy.
We were gonna make it kind of a DCTF trip. I guess college football trip. Me, you, and Ish were gonna go, but then the hotel prices they're crazy that weekend.
So they
Absolutely
announced a
crazy.
sellout already for it.
Yeah.
And the last two sellouts were Texas games. It was like Texas this year, and then Texas like 2018 or
Yeah.
something like that. So.
It'll be a busy weekend there. A lot of
Joey's got 'em
a lot of
going.
good games.
Well, and Mahomes gets his name put in the Ring of
Yeah,
Honor.
it's gonna
That
be.
Oh, it'd be crazy.
I think it's Letterman's weekend or whatever, where they have so.
But honestly, Coronado's playing Monterey, so there's
Yeah,
the
probably,
actual thing
yeah.
that's happening in Lubbock
Yeah.
that weekend.
That's a good question. Do you think Mahomes got his name put in there based on what he did at Tech or what he's done in the NFL?
Probably from what he's given to the university. He's donated a lot back to the university. He's been on the front edge of the NIL stuff, I believe, some of the stadium stuff. I think it's a totality, and it's just his name. They want to have that in the stadium rafters when they bring recruits in and stuff. Because
You think Cliff feeling some type of way?
Probably.
I would.
Probably knowing Cliff a little bit. Probably so.
Numbers for numbers?
Right. There's 3 or 4 quarterbacks have
DJ,
better numbers.
Cliff, yeah.
But
But they're not,
recruits don't know who they.
totality.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. You get to be like, okay, the best quarterback of this generation played here. You can come here and do that kind of stuff. So I think it's as much a recruiting tool or marketing thing as anything.
Who's the Texas Tech quarterback they called Sticks?
Taylor Potts?
Was it Taylor Potts?
BJ
Steven
Simon.
Sheffield.
Oh, Steven Sheffield.
Steven Sheffield. That dude could ball. That dude. They had that run there where it was like every Tech quarterback was like,
They
"Man,
have,
where'd you find it?
They haven't had a winning record in the Big 12 since Mike Leach left.
Is that right?
They
No.
call it the curse in Lubbock.
No.
Call it the Mike Leach curse.
They've won,
Really?
they've lost at least 4 conference games.
I think
every
they've
year.
got a chance to. I think they got a chance to break it this year. Because think about it, they're gonna beat West Virginia. As a Mizzou grad, I'm required to tell you that Kansas is a paper lion.
Yeah, but I mean they're still pretty good.
Where's that
Tech,
game?
Tech is a 6-6 football team. I mean it's still
Yeah.
year 1
Yeah.
for Joey. That offensive line stinks. They've given up 19 sacks, I believe, in 5 games.
With a relatively mobile quarterback too, like
And an
Donovan,
offense that gets
Yeah.
the ball out pretty quickly. And it would be in the 20s if Donovan Smith wasn't good at running.
Yeah.
So they still need another year of the portal, another year recruiting trail, that kind of stuff. But I think it's clear that they play really hard.
Man, they play hard. They coach hard.
They
Right.
do. They get after it.
Did Donovan Smith's dad stay on staff or did he leave?
No, he's
Went to the league?
yeah. I always find coaches' kids to be interesting because he grew up in so many different places. He ended up graduating in Las Vegas and stayed there by himself for like a year or two because his dad had gotten a job.
I remember when they first got to
I'm out.
Lubbock, his dad was asking me about the different schools and where should he go.
Yeah.
Ended up a friendship.
I can
Yeah,
imagine being 17 in Vegas.
37.
17. Oh yeah. Or that. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Fair
it's like-
point.
We were.
I hate that place now though. It's too much.
I just don't understand.
It's too much.
I
And
don't.
here
Wherever
with
you wanna
Hot
go.
Vegas takes is Mike Craven.
Too many
Call.
people, man.
I'm in. Whatever you want.
I might go New Year's.
I think you're right. Like to me, what you can see from McGuire, I think it's pretty clear right now that Tech is. It's going to sound meaner than I mean it, but like they're under talented. Like they played Texas, and like Texas went up. Bijan Robinson broke off some 40-yard touchdown run to
they're not
take the lead. And like I texted my brother who's a Tech guy. I'm like, that's just like, you don't have one of those. Like, they don't, that's not on your roster right now. But like, they get after you, and like, they are very clearly like all bought in, and they're all pulling the rope in the same direction, and that counts for a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
I got a chance to go watch almost every spring ball, every summer, every spring install. And I mean, I remember texting Coach McGuire. I said, if you guys can coach this hard in week 6, and if your kids are coaching each other this hard in week 6, you guys are gonna be hard to beat. Just because he brings a.
What are you doing? Oh no!
He brings a different type of juice. You know, everybody in here knows how Coach Mack is, and you know he the man again. You know, he's running his own show, so. Just the juice that you thought he had as an assistant coach when he's at Baylor, or you know, multiply what he was doing at Cedar Hill times 100, and that's the type of fire he's bringing at Tech.
He's bringing a, you know, got a megaphone. Oh, I see why.
Who they have this week? You remember?
Oklahoma State on
that's
the
right.
road. Yeah.
Yeah,
On the road.
it's
right.
tough.
Yeah.
That's tough.
-9 though.
Yeah, it's been.
I think I like Tech
Is
plus 9.
Show back this week? The other QB? I think
No.
I heard on the radio. Is he
No,
still not?
he's
Is he
still.
out?
He's still out. I don't know if I should. Yeah, I don't think he's. Yeah, I don't think he's playing.
Okay.
Yeah. No breaking.
And this is why you tune into the DC.
There you go.
Boy,
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Forgot there was cameras up for a
I was gonna
second.
say. I swear they always have a number 7 who's a missile. Like, it's always
Look how big. How big is 7?
Jonathan Hall. They list him at 6'2", 205, sitting back there at strong safety.
I thought he
just
was an outside backer.
just
Oh,
a
man.
missile. They always have, like, man, I just go back, like, I maintain, watch this. See ya. Golly. They are a,
Got it.
he did catch it, count for a yard. But at what cost, Michael? I go back to the 2015 Katy as like the best high school defense I've ever seen. I went around for 83 Dangerfield. That's legendary, and I'm not capable of offering an opinion on that. But I saw 2015 Katy and what they did to Lake Travis in that title game. A good Lake Travis team, and just like it was.
Mallory got her ranch all over her microphone. I mean,
I couldn't hear you because they was laughing.
sorry. I turned
15
around.
Katy, huh?
I turned around and she's just trying to get ranch all off her microphone.
You guys okay over there?
We told you it was the producer party back here.
I'm telling you. We got
Oh man.
15 Katy. I'm gonna have to go back and look at some scores.
15 Katy was
Yeah.
nasty, and they had a couple. Let me look at that defense, see if I can find some names on that, because they had some dudes who went to the next level. I don't think they went to the league, but they were. Let's see, Katy football roster. Let's see.
So about while he's looking that up, Texas Tech quarterback thing. So you have a starter, he gets hurt, and then your backup starts playing really well. Where do you, as a coach, that guy comes back eventually? How do you address that? How do you go about doing that? Is it hot hand? Is it, I trusted this guy for 6 months, that's why I named him a starter, he gets the starter thing back? Like, how do you go about, because it's such a unique position.
Yeah, it is. Love to hear what Coach Mann has to say about that.
Appreciate that, veteran coach.
Being a quarterback guy.
Man, it's all about how they look in practice. You know, is he moving around in practice? Is he making the throws? The only thing you don't get to see in practice is how is he going to be when he gets hit.
Yeah.
But how confident is he in, especially because coming off a shoulder. And it doesn't matter which shoulder it is, it affects how you throw the ball. But man, it's really hard for a kid that's been playing well to have to sit the bench. But it's also really hard for a kid that you said, hey, he's head and shoulders above everybody else.
Right.
We're gonna ride with him. So
Probably depends on how even that battle was.
now that what I can tell you, I probably
For
go
sure.
with the guy that's been playing, but that leash gets short. And I know Donovan's been turning that thing over. He comes out and let's say he turns it over 1 or 2 times. You know, Tyler's coming in real quick, and we're gonna play it from there.
I'd like to say we stand on the policy of you can't lose your starting spot due to injury. right? But the quarterback position is, like you said, a unique position. And so we're going to kind of see how the guys playing, who's playing well, kind of morale of the team, where we are in the season. Have we been winning, or are we, that whole deal, and who gives us the best chance to go win in the future? I can tell you in my experience, it just ain't never been close. Like if that's ever happened at the quarterback position and the original starter comes back, it's like, thank God he's
the
back.
guy. Right?
Yeah. Like the other guy didn't get in there and thrill us
They're
enough
not all
to make
scholarship guys.
It ain't like Cooper Rush. Like, is Dak gonna get his spot back or not? Everybody's like, I don't know, man.
Like,
Cooper Rush.
Earlier we were talking about momentum, and I don't know. Well, I mean, momentum versus confidence, or whatever. But we can all agree that we probably agree rhythm matters.
Yeah.
Like at the quarterback spot, like somebody gets a rhythm. It's like, how do you go about interrupting that?
Yeah.
If it's you have scholarship quarterbacks where there's not this like chasm.
Right, yeah.
There aren't very many programs in Texas.
In high school, right? Yeah.
That can, there's not too many Lake Travises out there. That, and South Lake Carroll, they got 1 million QBs sitting around.
They do. Seems like a charmed life. By the way, to that Katy 2015 defense, 62 points allowed in 16 games.
That's crazy.
They pitched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shutouts in 16 games.
Yes.
And they held Lake Travis to 7, the Woodlands to 7, and a 14-7 win. I mean, they were dominant. Corey Bethley.
That's an Eric Schmid Woodlands, too.
Corey Bethley, Patty Fisher, Giovanni Stewart, Colin Wilder, Travis Willock. They had a number.
Patty Fisher and the other kid started every game of their life.
Yeah, Wilder's really
That's
good.
hard to do.
Colin
Wilder and Patty Fisher
nasty
started
defense.
every game. Can you imagine?
That coach
started 16 games, 4 years in a row.
You may know this. I can't think of his name, but the guy that was the defensive coordinator in 2015 at Katy, isn't that the dude that took over at Louisville, was the head coach at Louisville for a couple years? Is that the same guy? I can't think of his name.
You might be right.
I think he's back at Katy now.
I think you're right. I think he bounced up there and then came back.
Was here at Louisville as head coach and then went back down there. Katy runs a real unique
but it's
3-4
also
defense that's really, really good.
Yeah.
We kind of dabbled in it a couple years ago and wasn't very good at it, so we went back, but it was
the other thing is
on paper it was really good.
And you guys know more about football than I do, but like it does strike me that they have a style of offense that is going to benefit their defense. That I know the spread is the rage and stuff like that, but like there's also a lot of like quick 3 and outs that go on, and then you're like, golly, like the defense back out there. Like I go to like what A&M's going through right now.
Yeah.
Like A&M, their defense is really talented. They got a lot of talent on that defense, but they're asking so much of them because their offense is barely on the field. So it strikes me that for Katy, yes, their defense is excellent. I'm not taking anything away from the Katy defense, but like the offense also helps in that regard too. Absolutely.
I mean, complimentary football, you see the best teams in the state do it, and it gives you a chance to win when you go out there and everybody's got a high-powered offense, and you get in these back and forth scoring matches. It's good to have an offense that you can go lean on, that can go eat the clock and maybe shorten some possessions for the opponent to be able to go and play. We started that year. We started off 0-5 at McKinney. It got to the point where it was like, man, we ain't gonna win a game. So let's just keep them close. And so we were a spread offense, but I would tell our offense coordinator at the time, let's just train our guys to go up there, call some motions, whatever you have to do. I don't want the ball snapped until under 5 seconds on the play clock. And we were spread, and we were doing all the spread RPO mumbo jumbo. That's all the rage. When we started playing that style of football, it almost seemed like we were just conceding to win. Like it was just like, man, we're trying to win time of possession. That's it. We flipped and we won 4 straight games and ended up going to playoffs and flipped that whole deal from 0-5. And we were just trying to keep it close. And so there's a lot of validity to being able to have an offense that can eat time off the clock, give that other team less possessions, keep them on the sideline longer.
Yeah.
And set a tone.
Yeah,
Like
no
bring a
doubt.
physicality to it.
Anytime we've won prior to this year, it's been jumping into that style. And now, innately the offense that we run now, we're a huddling offense, and we come out and we're very similar to last year. We were with the offense coordinator we had. We were similar to the Art Browse Baylor, at least trying to be schematically. This year, I think you could say we're more similar to last year's Baylor offense in terms of our formation, some playing a lot of 12 personnel, 13 tight ends, fullbacks, running the ball, play action, nakeds, and that has given us.
You running two tight ends out there?
You ain't been watching. I can tell by your energy since I walked in this building, you ain't been watching McKinney lines this year. And that's fine.
Watch a little bit.
That's fine.
Watch a little bit.
You're going to have to talk about us on your show soon. Just tell you.
You know the thing about Katy, man. That's funny. You better get up. You better get that film on. Get on that photo.
Don't worry. We got to earn the right. We got to earn the right for Tep say, let me see what the hell. Who is this Marcus? Who is this McKinney line group?
What do you guys run the slot?
We'll do some.
You got it.
We'll be right back.
Katy, man. You talk about most teams in Texas. You say, what are they known for? Well, South Lake's known for being great on offense. This team's known for being great on defense. Well, when you talk about Katy, they're known for offense and defense.
Known for everything, man. You know they're known for? It's crazy to say, but it's like they're known for like the man in the headset. You know what I mean? It's like they're known because like you got Gary Joseph out there, and we know and he has a style, and it's going to be running game and defense. Like that's what we're going to do, and it just they can be beat. Like I like this Katy team. I think we have them. Frankly, I think we have them about properly rated, about number 5 in the state. I don't think they're any lower. I wouldn't put them too much higher. But for me, like they are a team that it takes a very specific game plan to beat. Like you have to beat them. In a lot of ways, you have to beat them at their own game.
You got to have people to beat Katy.
You got to have,
Bro, let's not get it twisted. You can have the sweetest game plan in the country. You can have a sweet game plan. You better have some bodies to beat Katy. You better have dudes and guys. Well, a non-dude team is not beating Katy. Anybody that beats Katy has special dudes. Bottom line.
Well, I'm trying to think of
you'll get bullied otherwise.
Who they've lost in the playoffs last year, in the past few years. So last year, did they go? I think they went D1. Is that right, Pickle? Do you know that? Did Katy go D1 last year?
Yes.
They lose to North Shore. Okay, so that's to North Shore.
I can verify that.
Known to have some dudes.
Couple.
They can handle in the trenches.
They can handle in the trenches. But basically, the only team to consistently beat them in any sort of, like, in the past 5 years is North Shore, which, I mean, has had some of the finest Texas high school football teams.
Yeah. And they got scheme, too. Coach K coaching.
Oh, my gosh. He draws them up.
Man.
He draws them up, but it also...
You can put your guys in the A gap and the B gap. And if they not cats, it doesn't matter.
They're not going to be in that gap anymore.
Sometimes when you have dudes...
They went D2 and lost to Westlake in the semifinals.
Westlake. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Another
Same
trenches.
thing.
Another well-coached team.
Yeah, exactly
I
right.
was just going to say, the difference between... looking at North Shore and looking at Austin Westlake, tell me the difference between these two pitchers. I can't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the point holds.
One costs more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. yeah.
I'm so glad that he made himself laugh that hard. Like, that's a skill.
Oh, man. Man, that was really good.
He's not wrong.
Hey, pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, I was
while you're
gonna
at
Drink
it.
some water. I'm out. Like
I'm out.
Costanza.
That's it.
Good to see you.
ya.
Good to see you, Craig.
But same thing of like that Westlake team had some dudes on it that just like you weren't going to match up with, and especially to me, especially up front. Like if your defensive and offensive lines are not sound, like they're just going to bully ball you all day, and it doesn't really matter. Like like think about it this way: like Paetow has one of the very best players in the nation on their defensive line, right? DJ Hicks, a star. This game is a blowout, not because of anything that DJ Hicks has done wrong, but because right now the Katy defensive line is dominating up front. They're making life hellacious for this quarterback, and that's why it's going to be. That's why it's 40-0.
It's like every year Katy gets. I'm just looking at their offensive line. Like every single year, Katy gets monster offensive line.
Got a couple dudes. Couple
Every
dudes.
year.
Yeah.
And if you have offensive line and defensive line, you can fiddle around with your skill. You're going to have a chance to be good.
And the other thing is, they've got big offensive linemen, but they're athletic too.
Yeah.
Like they love to run block. And Lonnie Teagle is taking over for Paetow. He's kind of rebuilding them. They're moving up to 6A. They lost a fair amount of that team from last year. He's going to get them back, but like for Katy, it's like you're right. Like their offensive line is big, but they can also probably all run like a 5.2 40.
That's child abuse.
You know, we talked earlier about multi-school districts and who's the top school district or whatever. One thing I remember talking to some guys about was Katy might be the only school in Texas history to survive growth in a multi-school district.
Yeah, I don't know if this has changed.
Right.
Allen, there's only one school. There's only one.
Oh, multi-school.
There's
yeah,
only
you're right.
one
Yeah.
school in Island
Yeah, I
ISD.
guess that's true.
For a while, Katy was open enrollment district, where you could pick which Katy school you wanted to go to, and that always offered a little bit of an advantage there. Because if you think you're going to be an FBS prospect, you want to go play for Gary
doubt.
Joseph.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if that's changed because they have like 19 schools now.
Yeah.
It could be different.
Now they have,
for a while,
they have an entire 6A district.
because I've had Katy coaches talk to me about that. How like it's hard. Like we think we got this 7th, 8th grader who's about to be here. And
Yeah, Katy has survived growth.
Perfect example. So they got up there. They're hawking next week's game of the week of Foster and Manville. Manville's a perfect example. Manville, like they're in Alvin ISD. They open up Iowa Colony, right? And now this year they're figuring things out, and I think they're a playoff team. They're going to get there, but like they are, like you can tell it's like there's a sizable difference, a noticeable difference between like past Manville teams. Think back to that 2017 Manville team that lost in the last play basically to Highland Park, right? And this year's Manville team, it's just the number of dudes you have at your disposal, and they're just kind of being divided up a variety of different ways.
It makes a huge difference. And I'm out here. I'm on in West Lubbock, and to the west of me is Friendship, and they're building another school right now. You know, to the south of me is Cooper, and they're growing and they're building another school right now. So we're having to fight that fight on.
They gonna be 6A, Cooper?
I don't know.
I
don't know, because that new school will open in 24.
Okay, all right.
So it'll split them. But if it didn't, they probably would. But we're fighting that fight on how do we keep our kids. You know, we got to be creative on keeping families, interested in going to school in Lubbock ISD, man, because that growth to the south and the west is a big deal.
Katie's got the 2s in this game.
Because like it's happened to Cedar Park. Like Cedar Park used to be awesome, and then now they're in the middle of the growth. Like they're no longer on the fringe, and so like Vandergrift and Rouse and the schools on the edge of the growth usually get all those new move-in talent.
This is now with 2:37 left in the third quarter. This is I believe the Paetow 1s against the Katy 2s. So getting a little garbage time here. 40 with another 14 minutes left in the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Watch Along. Please go to TexanLive.com and subscribe. I'm supposed to tell you that. Pickle's been throwing things at me off camera, telling me to go to TexanLive.com. She's vicious.
Yeah,
You know this. Yeah.
I'm here.
Someone's got to be the muscle around here.
Yeah. I know.
And it ain't you.
The cannons and stuff like that.
It ain't you. Ouch.
Now you're not going to a football game this week, right? Correct, Pickle?
No, because I have this tonight and then studio tomorrow.
You're in the studio for Bally. She's talent. Do you know this?
Yep. You too.
I've never denied that though.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I mean?
You advertise that.
I embrace it. It's like, hey, by the way.
Greg Tepper talent.
I've gone to a game every single week unless we've been doing a watch along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have to get on the sideline or else I miss it too much. Like, I have to get my fix.
Yeah, I have to get my studio fixed too.
Yeah.
I have to get my air conditioning fixed.
Oh God.
Yeah.
If a makeup person isn't there, Tepper doesn't want to be anywhere.
Hey.
You don't want to see him when that happens. It's a bad sight.
No.
Do you put on face makeup?
This
He
is
does.
You do?
incorrect.
Yeah.
I put on my own makeup.
He does put on his own makeup.
Really?
Put on my own makeup.
I can verify that fact.
Talent.
It is.
What?
Talent. Yeah.
What does makeup actually do for a person on TV? I've always wanted to know.
It takes the shininess away.
Yes.
Well, from the male's perspective, those
Just
studio lights get really hot and you start to sweat and it gets really shiny.
Okay.
Or just the oil on your face shows.
That's
so the
it.
guys have to keep patting their face.
Especially if you bald head like me.
Yeah, you would need a lot of powder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Yeah, which, by the way, like, I gotta be honest, like, you know, if you guys ever want to get out of this coaching gig, I can get you in Valley Sports Southwest, get an analyst gig, nice cushy job.
He's acting like we are anything more than just the talking heads on that.
Oh, and to be
TV
clear, I'm the
station.
least powerful person at that network.
Big
but, like,
pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do an internship. We'll see what that was about.
And we're gonna have Shavers
Man,
be
let me
our
tell
color
you-
director
Can I be
pointing
like
cameras.
your GA?
Intern Marcus Shavers needs to have.
Studio,
Can we follow
studio
around with a
GA.
camera?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say he
Entire
would be
time?
so much taller than the cameras. Instead
Yeah.
of like pointing up to the camera, he would be pointing down.
Just
to the
hold the
camera.
tripod up.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, y'all need a gym shot. I can do that for
Here we
you.
go, coming in.
God,
It'll be good.
Stand like just be the footstool for everybody. Just stand.
What would y'all be doing if you weren't coaching?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
ooh.
good, solid question.
Thank you. I do this for a living.
I'd be a social worker.
Oh, yeah?
Be
Yeah.
a what?
Social worker.
Oh, I like I
Yeah.
love that.
I don't know, man.
Because you love kids.
But I have no talent at all, so.
But you love kids.
Dude,
I teach
if I
you
wasn't
up.
coaching, I have no idea. But I'd be doing social work,
I've
CPS stuff.
I think I'd probably be in some form if I wasn't like just coaching football on the team. I mean, I'd probably be in some form of training. Like I'd probably try to have my
That's a good one.
own D-line training come. I'm just football is like it's just all I know.
just a junkie.
Yeah, I mean, and I love it, and I'm comfortable in it. I enjoy it, so it doesn't ever feel like work. And I don't know what other jobs are like. I'm really interested in other jobs though. Like I ask all that because I hear about these people that this guy, he just works for insurance. He makes $200,000 a year. Or this guy just got this job doing this, and he makes. And I'm like, how do you get into that? Like, how do you go into that? Do you just apply and? Like just certain jobs, I just wonder like how do you even get into that
LinkedIn.
field and I don't know. I've never,
So what you're-
coach is the only job I've ever had in my whole life.
So what you're saying is like you'd like to know where the money is.
I think I know where the money is. I just don't know how to get to it. I just don't know
Same.
how. That's what
Talking to our journalists and coaches.
Right.
Same, bro.
Yeah.
But no, I
drive by
love it.
neighborhoods and look at the houses and I say, what do they do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
They ain't
always the
teaching.
random things like, oh, they
Yeah.
designed the thumbtack. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's a Chris Rock bit about how he lives next to a dentist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
It's crazy. Yeah.
going to the fourth quarter as we promote Katy, Texas. Go visit Katy, Texas, I suppose.
What was your first job? Like in high school or college or whatever?
Tackling
I
fullbacks.
think my
was his
first
job.
Tackling fullback.
That's fair.
Wow.
45 tackles a game,
But you
baby.
didn't really get paid or have a W-2 for that, So I think
No NIL back
They didn't
then.
NIL for
no,
you?
absolutely not.
But if they would have seen the
Absolutely not.
47 tackles and
Yeah.
counted them,
Yeah.
they
They
might
would've-
have.
Got a Scully out of it.
Yeah.
I'm Marcus
Price
Shavers,
just went
and I
up
want you
after
to go
the
to this barbecue
Mesquite
place.
game, after the wishbone. I just tackled a fullback 47 times. But I think my first job, I worked at a concession stand, like at Allen Station. They just would do baseball games Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and somehow I got a hookup to work at the concession stand there Saturdays and Sundays, and that was my first job. And it was easy. I mean, easy. You go. I mean, it's just nachos and hot dogs was the hardest part of it. Everything else was packaged goods, fruit strings and, Gatorade, just giving it out. That was the only job I had, concession stand worker.
Okay.
Yeah, not much to it. It's
Before
not,
then,
no punchline, nothing.
And
Just
then at that
concession
point, you
stand
got a scholarship to Arkansas.
Then I went to Arkansas.
and it
went
was
to-
all taken
yeah.
care of you for. You were all taken care of from that.
Went to Arkansas.
They pay you in
from
just
there.
food, or they pay
No,
you money?
we got paid. I don't remember what it was, but I got a little check every 2 weeks or something like that. Enough to keep a little gas in the car and buy me a tall tea or two. I grew up in the tall tea days.
Early 2000s.
I graduated high school
You are
in
putting a
2005.
timestamp
and
on
so-
yourself.
That's fine. I'm proud of my age. I think 34 is cool age.
Little John was
Like,
big.
But yeah, 05, you get the tall teas 4 for $20. So I was paydays. I can go get 8 T-shirts. Big pizza at the mall.
Yeah.
Full tank of gas.
Set.
Still got a little cash.
Got everything you need. Got
Winner,
everything
man.
you need. What
Everything
else do
I
you need?
Then I got in Wichita, so I go to college. I didn't work at all in college. Wichita Falls, first coaching job, wasn't making any money. So I was like, man, I need a second job. I'm single, I ain't got nothing to do at night. So Zach Thomas had a gym in Lubbock. In Wichita Falls. I don't know why Wichita Falls, but he had a gym there, Zach's gym. And I worked like as the front table person at the gym, and I would just sign up people, give them memberships, their towel, and every now and then make a smoothie at the gym. They had that's what the front desk guy did. Make sure everybody signed in, make sure nobody brought in more than one buddy. Anybody needed a towel, I was there, and anybody wanted a smoothie. Very few, about average of 3 smoothies on my shift.
So you were a bouncer with smoothies, basically.
Yeah,
You were a doorman.
pretty much,
Yeah.
at the gym.
At the gym, though.
At a gym, yeah.
Gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're like, man, 3
Yeah.
people want to work out?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you only get one, partner. You only get one. Unless you only get one. And
We got day passes if you want these day
argued.
passes.
When I was coming out though, cause I knew I wasn't gonna pursue the league. I tore my shoulder up my last year playing college football, and I had too many friends that I had saw go to an NFL team, be there for 3 weeks, not get any money, spend a bunch at a hotel and all that kind of stuff, and then the day before they were supposed to get a little $50,000 check, they get cut and then they're off to the Bears. And they got clout off of that because they would come back to Fayetteville and say, yeah, I just left the Lions, I'm going to be with. So I was like, man, I want some stability. I'm not chasing the league and you're not going to stick, So I didn't have a high school job lined up, and I was going to go work with Performance Course. Shout out Gino Pierce and Performance Course, and just be a guy put me at a high school somewhere and let me be there strength and conditioning coordinator for the summer. I was going there, and then Jason Lavender got the job at Wichita Falls, and rest is history. Got my feet in the door. Wichita Falls.
And now you're on the Dave Campbell's Texas Football
Ain't that
Watch Along.
something? Won't he do it?
From nachos and hot dogs to Dave Campbell's.
I
do
was
it.
almost on that staff.
Oh, really? Wichita Falls?
Really?
Yep. I was at Wiley at the time. That was my
Is that another
second year
job
at
then?
Wiley. And
Is that another job your mom's mad that you did?
No. I was just gonna coach Wiley out there. And I remember I went down and talked to Lav because he had just came from Mesquite High.
Yep.
And just didn't work out. I think I went back to Wiley for one more year before I went to Sulphur Springs.
Yep.
what
I
about
talked
you?
to Cooley about that.
What was your first gig?
Man, I was 10 years old sweeping hair at a barbershop.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my first
Well, you,
strong
your
responsibility. Yeah, it's my uncle's barbershop.
And he's still there.
Still there, same spot.
And he paid you?
Yeah.
See, I worked for families that didn't pay me.
Nah.
That ain't no good.
Yeah, they're like,
Your family sound like my family.
$10 a day. $10 a day when you're 10 years old.
Man,
That's a lot.
you're living large.
$50 a man.
You can get a lot of Topps cards. With
Yeah, because and I don't know, it probably was like this in your neighborhood. We had a candy house I grew up in North Dallas, and we had a place where you can go, they sold all the snack, everything was 50 cents.
$10.
So you can go
Got like
somewhere.
a candy trap house is what you're talking
Pretty
about?
much, that's exactly. Have you never heard
Where
of
is
this? Never
this
seen
place?
this?
Because I want to go.
They're
It's in
the hood near you.
1991.
But yeah, seriously, you can go there. You get a bag of chips or candies. Everything was 50 cents.
Yup.
So if I
cheap.
if I had $5, I was going in there splurging. You know how many
Wow.
things
Rich
with
if you walk
$5?
through
Let me test your math skills, Tepper.
Yeah.
How many items can you buy with $5 if every item is 50 cents? A simple math. Just get that figured out.
Touchdown.
Yep, that would make 46 to 0
Math.
currently.
How
The,
sure
the
are you?
math do be math.
I'm
All right,
pretty
so
sure that math.
$5, 50 cents.
Coach Shavers.
How many
I'm gonna
items?
say it's at least 8. 10?
Every item's 50 cents, and you got $5. How many items can you walk out of that place with?
I'm gonna lock in 10. Final answer. You don't count them out.
10.
Let's
you're right.
go! Thank you, guys.
10 items walking down the street. I'm probably like 2 bags of Funyuns, a bag of hot chips,
What about
Nutter
the fruities,
butter-
though?
Nutter
the penny,
butter
the
bar.
penny candy, the fruities.
Nutter
Did
butter.
they have those?
Yes, they did. Wasn't a fan. 2-pack of Gushers,
Yeah.
Gushers are solid.
Kool-Aid pickle,
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
and I would probably get one of them for my mama too. She liked the Kool-Aid pickles. I don't know what my other items.
This is
I
why-
would never
this
go
is
with
why
10
I asked you
items.
about the
but-
concession stand if they were just paying you in food.
I was gonna say because like otherwise like
No, I was getting straight cash on me at the concession
and then
stand.
going and take and then
then
going
going
and
to
spend
the
it on
candy
concession
house.
stand.
Giving it right back.
I got smart, started flipping. I started taking the nacho
have
cheese
full
out of there and
circle.
saying, "Hey, have y'all
I
ever
see how
thought
the
of
economy works now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever thought about diversifying y'all's candy shop? I got this cheese from this concession stand. Y'all can start selling nachos here too.
Yeah,
That's how it works. Just warm it up.
Y'all gotta know. Listen,
All you need is a microwave and a spoon.
That's tremendous.
Get it going.
He said, "Can I interest you in
How-
some Rico?"
Yeah, exactly.
how long do you sweep hair at the?
Man, I did that for a couple years, and
That's
I
good money.
I went D2, so I had to have jobs in college. You know, I didn't get to go SEC. Man, I worked at a truck stop. I worked at Walmart. I installed appliances. Worked at the Boys and Girls Club. Substitute teacher. Teacher's aide. Oh, I installed turf one summer at Kimbrough Stadium. That was miserable.
Okay, that job sucks.
That's awful.
Like low key, shout out to all the people who install turf.
Let us tell you from installing like the square footage of
yeah.
turf that we do at coaching school on concrete. That job stinks.
Yeah.
It took us hours to figure out. how to do
Pizza
that.
Hut. That was another one.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I
Good
worked
one.
at Pizza Hut. in
Pizza
town.
maker or delivery guy?
Nah, I wasn't delivering. I was only making. I wasn't answering phones. I wasn't cleaning it. I made pizza. Y'all bring me here to make pizza. I'm gonna make pizza. I'm not touching the money, any of that. Make pizza.
Now, did you get to eat the pizza for free, or did you
Did
pay
I?
for it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Get to.
I know
You
you was
sounded like
making.
he's
And
asking
he
for
was. I could
permission.
tell DJ was making all the pizzas that they didn't have on the menu. Like his shit was
man.
the
And
you had
extra,
to pay
extra
for it.
pizzas.
Yeah.
Did I? Did I? Parties? We'd have parties, and I still show with my Pizza Hut stuff on.
Listen,
Love it.
And you were the most popular man at that party.
you're like, listen,
Absolutely.
I had a little hookup. I worked hard. For
Give
that
us,
Pizza Hut.
give. I want each one of you guys, the journalists in the room, to give Coach Mann and I a job. Y'all know us well enough to say, if Coach Shavers wasn't coaching, he would be good in
Stand-up
boom,
comedian.
boom, boom, boom.
Ooh.
Everybody gets a pick. Then same thing for Coach
right.
Mann. Take your time.
Stand-up comedian.
Stand up comedian.
Yeah, that's
that
you.
was something
That's
I
a
that
really
was
good
something
one.
that was something I wanted to do as a child.
Yeah, you'd be great at it.
Something I want. I don't know if I don't know if I have the confidence to do it, but that was one of those things that I wanted to be like when I was a kid. Like I can do a stand-up comedy. I thought rapper. Yeah, football coach, football player. When I was really young, I had this thought in my mind that I could really be like the fifth turtle, like the Ninja Turtle. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I was
Best
like,
cartoon of all time.
for the longest, I thought, man, when I grow up, I'm gonna be Marcus, the fifth one. You know, like, that was real young. That was like kindergarten to second grade. Like I really did.
14.
Well, I've got
Yeah. Junior year.
Martinez.
so
Coach is coming by the high school. You're like, nah.
listen, you guys can
What
pair
can
up
I
with the
major
pizza
in
thing
at your
and stuff
school?
like that. There's a lot.
Help
There's
me
a
get to
crossover here.
help me
with
get to
being
Master
like-
Splinter.
The because I got a 3.5-year-old who's into Paw Patrol right
Okay.
now, and now as a dad, you watch that and you go, man, this whole show is just built to sell toys. I would never have fallen for that when I was a kid, and then I
Yeah.
think back to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, never mind. I'm the game is the game. Like it's
Turtles
like,
in a half shell.
Yeah, exactly
Turtle
right.
power. Love it.
My man.
I'll tell you what your job would be.
Okay.
I don't mean this as an insult.
Yeah, it probably do, but go ahead.
You probably do.
Mayor.
Mayor. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Politics.
You can
huh?
talk to people.
Okay.
You can I feel like you would have a real feel for what their struggles were, and you would address them in a way that was meaningful. Yeah, mayor would be my pick.
I've been called that before.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like at a basketball game, I'll go and you
Logan's
just
the
like,
mayor.
hey, you're good. You know, you just say hi.
Good
You know
nickname.
how it is.
Good
The
nickname.
mayor.
Yeah, like, oh, here you go. We gotta wait on the mayor, especially at coaching school. Y'all brought up coaching school. You walking through the convention, like coaches hate it because you're trying to get to a destination, but you're all trying to go together. And they're like, man, do not walk with him. He's gonna talk to everybody. You're gonna be late to the lecture.
Welcome to coaching school with
Yeah.
that stuff.
Matt
exactly.
Steph, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
That-
You've walked
we
around with
just-
him before. It's just
Legendary.
like,
We
it's
just leave
impossible.
them at
Wouldn't
this
do it.
point.
Yeah.
We just leave them. Like,
Yeah.
if we
It's
all have to
understood.
make a dinner reservation,
Yeah.
No. It's like,
Steph
no.
is still in the convention
Yeah.
hall. We're going.
Yeah.
All right.
No doubt.
Mallory
Mayor.
and Craven, you're still up for shavers on a job.
I know.
I'm thinking like principal or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I,
could dig a
I could see
principal
you
job.
doing something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What do you
Okay.
teach right now?
Nothing.
Football.
I'm
You don't
not
teach
in
anything?
class.
Football.
Yeah, full-time
Okay.
football.
He
yeah.
teaches the 3-4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to.
So head coaches.
See, I watched McKinney High School. I know they
Come
were
on.
3-4.
So head coaches don't have to teach anything, right? Is that a
It's a
Most.
big
most?
school.
It depends. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Small schools
it
they do.
depends.
Small
Yeah,
schools,
there's
yeah,
some small
sometimes.
schools where it's like
Okay.
you got to go coach.
Yeah, we're
you know,
fortunate we
teach
don't
and
have
coach,
a,
so
we
very
didn't teach a
fortunate.
subject.
Good gig. Yeah,
I
good
think you'd
gig
be a good
whenever you
teacher.
want.
Yeah.
I was an AP health teacher back in my day.
Nice.
AP health.
Yeah.
Okay, how you get into advanced
thinking
health?
teacher.
Who's taking advanced health? Exactly. Thank you.
Like I really, I need to know about this.
It's self-described AP
Okay,
health.
all right.
It was really just health on the schedule, but my class was AP health.
It's anatomy.
We didn't have
Yeah,
like all the kids that had me for health have zero mental health issues. When we hit the mental health chapter, we spent time on it. None of my kids that came through my class had a eating disorder or any of that kind
Who
of
is
stuff.
this young man?
AP health.
That's 2 for him. That's Dallas Glass, the other running back.
Oh, his brother was really good.
Yeah, DeAndre.
Glass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dallas Glass. So they got Dallas Glass and they got Seth Davis. This is, by the way, again, these are their 2s.
Maybe
It's good to be
threes.
Katy. It's good to be Katy. Golly, that is burst.
AP Hill, huh? I'm with it, man.
That's what I called it.
Yeah.
That's what I called it.
What'd you teach whenever you were teaching?
Man, I'm the greatest special education teacher of all
Let's
time.
go. But you know what? Special ed, you can coach anywhere you want because you know,
For real.
Some
you
places.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Lately, a lot of districts are getting away from hiring coaches that teach SPED.
Yeah, paperwork.
They don't want coaches in the in
lot
SPED. A lot of
paperwork.
districts don't want
Oh my
that.
gosh.
Not at McKinney High School. We take SPED coaches.
We doing Lubbock.
I think
Shout out to our principal.
They should. They should, in
Shelley
my humble
Spalding.
opinion. If somebody with a vested interest in public education, they should.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
what were you saying, Pickle?
I got one for.
For DJ?
I think
Coach
you'd be a
Mann.
great radio host. Like, and I'm not saying even like sports radio, but like I think you could do sports radio, but I think that like I don't know.
That's a good one.
I can see
I
that.
feel like just a talk show radio host about whatever.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you would be really good at like hosting an actual radio show.
I can get down with radio.
I can
I'm
see
still
that.
figuring out the whole public speaking, being interviewed thing.
When are we getting the podcast?
Being on TV. It's like, hey, you call, I'm coming.
I got an
Don't tell me we had a
idea.
good time.
I got an idea. We could start one.
We have a studio. If you
I don't know
didn't
if you've seen this.
Yeah.
This is available
that's
to you guys.
available for use.
Yeah. 2 Ball brothers.
Two ball. Two.
And everybody on our podcast is just all sports related people, but they've got to be ball.
I like it.
Right? You think about how many sports guys that you can get, really
me.
quality athletes,
You.
coaches.
We can get Rick.
We call it the
Cause Rick ball, right?
yeah,
Rick ain't got no hair.
only
ain't
ball
got no hair.
guys.
We only got no hair. He ain't had no hair for years.
Every now and then we can shake it up and bring a guy on there with hair, and it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. But like,
Yeah.
guys,
You better have good locks if you're.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like you get Kingsbury on, but it's
Yeah.
like, guys, it's Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
We're making an exception.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then think about the amount of sponsorships. I mean, people.
I also think that like
Shavers,
the real key here
all
is
that.
you have it where it's 2 bald guys and like you've got bald guests, but you don't talk about being bald at
We
all.
gotta
It's just
shoot-
No, nobody. You don't
just
talk
let- no.
about it. It's
Just
not
let-
a
just
Do we
let it
shoot
roll.
it in
Understand
barber
the
chairs?
mix.
though?
two ball.
Do we shoot it in barber
two
chairs?
ball coaches.
The
ball
The intro
coaches.
video has the
Ball
old school
coaches.
barbershop.
The ball coaches.
The ball coaches.
You see how that? You feel that?
Yeah, I got you.
Golly.
Because people are like, why are they
branding
sitting,
I
shouldn't
they're
be
bald,
telling y'all
why are they
about
sitting
these
in barber
ideas.
chairs?
Yeah.
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 The game is to be sold, not told, right?
You hear me? That's right.
And that's
The ball coaches. Bring on nothing but ball athletes, ball coaches, ball media people. You really want to come on our show, shave your head.
Yeah. It'll grow
Do it for
back.
the show.
I mean, we'd be.
Yeah.
Mallory and I show up bald the next
There's
day.
something.
Yeah, we're getting to that age where you
I'm
worry
more-
about
yeah,
it.
it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. You're 16. You're like, yeah, I'll give myself a buzz cut. Maybe it'll come back. You know,
Yeah.
it'll come back. No big deal. But now it's like, I ain't running that risk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Y'all got step in the back.
I got a career.
Yeah. Think about that. That can get some. Give people.
How long you been bald?
Give people confidence. After my first year in McKinney, I quit fighting the fight. I kept on
Respect,
like,
man.
I
Listen,
kept trying to like
know when you're
brush that hairline from the back down and try to get, and it just like, bro, you just need to let it go. And it was just too. It became one of those deals where you just were, I don't know, you just weren't confident. You know, you were just so insecure about. You go talk to somebody and you just felt like everybody was looking at your messed up hairline. Like I'd be talking and I'd be like, hey bro, I'm right here. Like you feel like you just
my
be in
eyes going this way.
you be in conversation with
Like-
people and they
like
just looking at
eyes
the top
going
of your
this way.
head like,
Like they standing.
bro, I see
tall though, man. You can get away with it a little longer than I'm
yeah,
5'10",
but I
bro.
wonder what it looks like when you're looking at it from a shorter vantage point. You're looking up and it's probably like, damn, I can't really see on top
Is he
of there,
bald?
but that don't look like it's supposed to. Cause you just get that vibe from people sometimes when you're talking to them. So I got tired of that. It was like I couldn't have good conversations with people. It was just a big insecurity. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna just try it. We had like a long 3-day weekend. I was like, man, I'm gonna try it on Friday. And if I don't like it, you know, I'm gonna have to deal with the last for 4 days because we're out of school Monday. So I'm gonna deal with it for 4 days and then see what happens. So I did it, owned it. And I said, look, I'm gonna just get out in front of this deal. I took a picture of myself when I first did, and I sent it to all the players that I knew would make fun of me, and all the coaches, and I just said, yeah, what y'all think? And I just said, yeah, this guy gave it all to me.
Yeah.
The milk dud, all that, just give it all to me. Give it all to me. All of that, gave it all to me. And then once it's over, it's over. And then I wasn't worried about my edge up no more.
I was going to say, then it's, you know.
Yeah.
Save some money.
Saved a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's what DJ was talking about, the barbershop. I ain't been in a barbershop unless I'm taking my son to get a
Save
haircut.
a
So
lot of bread.
I don't have to hear that.
What about you,
That
DJ?
barbershop talk
How
about
long
my
you
team.
Ooh wee. 5. Ooh man.
I don't think I've
Probably
known
about
you with hair.
8 years. Or
Probably
so
right
now,
at the
man.
time I got to know you.
Yeah. Probably my second year in Crosby, man. It was outside and it was just that hairline moonwalking.
Yeah,
You know?
that's how it goes.
It don't matter how many waves you got.
Yeah,
You know, you can be flooded.
yeah,
But if you don't have anything in this area right here,
yeah. It's time.
it ain't worth it, man. And
Start-
I'm
start
5'10",
becoming
so
an island.
a lot of people can see on top of my head.
Yeah.
And I just, one day it was picture day. I said, you know, I'm gonna do it.
I remember when I was about to do it, calling my boy Coach Ward and saying, Cal, man, I'm about to go and do it, man. So tell me, like, what do you use? Are you a cream and the razor guy? You put the clippers on it? Like, you start talking to people.
You know what? But that's.
I called Ward and I called Juice, the running back coach at Baylor, my good friend Justin.
Justin Johnson.
I said, man, I'm about to go ahead and do this thing, man. What advice can you give me? It's like a
community.
rite of passage. Yeah,
Community.
for sure.
You know, it's like welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Do you feel when you're around ball guys, do you feel a little bit more superior
No.
as a person with good
No,
hair?
no. Do you know what I'm like? What it for me? Like we were talking about, I can't shave this because I fear this is the last I got.
Yeah.
Like it could go at any time.
Yeah.
There's male pattern baldness
Yeah.
in my family. It's like,
Yeah.
let's just keep this thing as long as we can.
Yeah.
And then, but like, let me tell you guys, you two are an inspiration to me.
Okay.
Because if this thing starts to go,
Yeah.
I know I have your support to just
For sure. Cut it off
Just go for
and
it.
come on the
go for it.
podcast.
I'm gonna come on the
I used to have
podcast.
dreadlocks.
The ball
That's something to look
coaches.
forward to.
Ball
Yeah, I've
coach.
seen,
Ball
I've
coaches.
seen you.
That's good.
That's really
where
good.
the money
Yeah.
is.
The ball coaches.
When I first started coaching in, what was it, 6, 7? I had dreadlocks.
Golly.
So Ish is in the comments right now, and he is loving this conversation. He said yes, because he's always talking about he's got great dreads going right now, and he'll get the edge up on it. And he always says the moment that it starts going, I'm done.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm gonna hold on to it, and then the moment it starts going, I'm gone.
That is a universal feeling. I feel like. All right, now
I got a question.
Okay.
This is coming from shout out to the McKinney high football coaching staff, the ones that are watching this right now. Defensive coordinator Corey Jordan, offensive coordinator Rowdy Harper, all the guys. But we've been having an ongoing debate on our coaching staff about is it or is it not appropriate, and ladies, feel free to chime in. I really would love to hear y'all's opinion, but is it appropriate to use a 3-in-1 or a 5-in-1 body soap? You know, they sell soaps and hygiene products, and you know, Irish Spring is who I use. Shout out Irish Spring.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor this watch along.
Yeah, I'm trying to get what I can get. Irish Springs has a 5-in-1 liquid. You can't call it
What
soap.
5 things is it doing?
Yeah.
So I actually have a picture from the other day that I
Shampoo,
sent.
conditioner,
Yeah.
body wash, face wash.
Yes, shampoo, conditioner, body, face, and then 24-hour
Oh,
deodorizer.
get the hell out of here.
Whatever that is. There's several.
not.
There's
How much is that?
my
Is that
question.
expensive?
No more expensive than a regular bottle of liquid soap.
Ma'am, you are not using 5-in-1.
My question is, what are y'all's
No,
thoughts on
Like,
5-in-1
that works.
hygiene product? My staff is adamantly against it. They think it's like no way that there's one thing that you can wash your hair, condition your hair, wash your body with, and like do that with one
You
liquid.
know when you go to a restaurant and there's like too many items,
Yeah.
and you know they can't cook any of them well because there's 80 of them.
Yeah, is that how you
That's
feel?
how I feel like you can't be
That's
a
a good
good
analogy.
shampoo if you're trying to do
The Cheesecake Factory of,
know your lane.
You're cleaning your
Not
face with the
Chili's.
same stuff I'm
It's
supposed to get
Chili's.
oil out my hair. I got.
Okay, so
You don't so what I'm hearing is non-believers in the 5-in-1.
Non-believers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbeliever.
Yeah. I do shampoo and conditioner.
Okay.
If, in my opinion, is if you don't have hair on your head and you want to do a 3-in-1 where it's shampoo, conditioner with a body wash, I'm okay with that. You have to use different face wash. Face wash is not. That's a totally different thing.
Wow.
Why you need shampoo or conditioner if you're bald?
That's what I'm saying. Doesn't face wash do
You
the
just need
face
body
and-
wash.
Now that is an
If
interesting
you're-
But that's my
All
point.
right.
My
That's a
thing
good point.
is it's two separate things. You
Sure.
could use just face wash if you want to, or you could use just the other one if you
So-
want to. But you can't consider face wash and shampoo the same thing.
I'm gonna
That-
take this.
Chemically,
Wow.
that can't be the same
Right,
thing.
it
though.
can't.
Wow.
Choose to use this question as a parlay to a different conversation,
Yeah.
which is, we need to acknowledge that there's two different kinds of showers, okay? There is the shower, you're getting in, you're washing everything,
Yeah.
real life shower.
Yeah.
And then there is the quick shower, right?
Nah, bro.
There's the hot spot shower, okay? You're going, you're making sure you're getting things done, but you're in a hurry, okay? Those are two different kinds of showers.
I'm taking showers less than 15, 20 minutes.
20 minutes for a shower?
I mean, maybe time
That
to go slow
rinse
in there,
off
but
you
I'm,
did in the
I'm taking a
shower.
shower.
It's either a shower
Built
or
different,
it's
man.
not a shower.
Sorry.
That's the latter of what you just described.
I'm not
is
a parent though, so I
shower.
got all the time in the world.
Bingo. I
I have a lot of time.
I've got 10 minutes to get in and out.
Yeah.
That bathroom, I gotta
Yeah.
be done.
I hadn't been in a hurry. I hadn't been in a hurry
I feel
since
you on
02.
that.
All right, I got a question. This is one that's on my staff. Then
We have 41 seconds left in the game, but
Real
we'll just
quick.
go whatever. By the
we
way,
have to
Katie's up
do
54-0.
Yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed the watch along.
pancakes
8:38.
or biscuits and gravy.
Oh man.
Okay, hang on.
Oh,
Say
easy.
it again.
Pancakes or biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy. Hands down.
Easy
I have another word
peasy.
for it, but it's not air appropriate.
Biscuits and gravy for sure.
Yeah,
It
biscuits
is.
and gravy.
It is not just biscuits and gravy. It's biscuits and gravy acclamation. Like has to be
Yes,
by a
110%.
wide margin.
Now, when
know
you
what?
say gravy, we all are assuming gravy with the sausage in it, right?
Yes, yes,
Like
yes.
not just straight white gravy,
I'm not
right?
slapping God in the face.
Okay, all right. Just making sure, because some places say we have biscuits and gravy and ain't no meat in the gravy.
Seth Davis, your player of the game.
Right, I just stayed at a hotel not too long ago, and they were like, hey, biscuits and gravy. I said, I can't wait to get the breakfast in the morning. And I got down there, and it was just
what they
straight
said it was,
gravy.
sauce,
biscuits
white
and
sauce?
gravy. Yeah, man.
It's Alfredo, basically.
So y'all all went biscuits and gravy or pancakes?
I was.
Yeah.
I'm a pancaker.
I'm a pancake
Really?
guy. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna turn either one of them down. But it's hard to beat a good pancake.
I don't like sweet breakfast food. That's my thing.
I don't like sweets in general.
Yeah, you don't know this about pickle? She don't like sweets.
Like maple syrup.
Katy
Like
wins
maple syrup on
54-0.
pancakes. It's too sweet for you.
It's not ideal.
Because you're
That's
not
why
just
I
drinking the
don't
syrup.
eat it. No.
Right.
Very little, like a little to add flavor, but more. I would rather have butter.
Congratulations to the Katy
I like
Tigers.
salt.
Remain
Yeah.
unbeaten on the year with a 54-0 win over Katy Paetow, their first ever meeting.
So if you go to Waffle House, you just put butter on the waffle. You don't put.
I'll put a little bit of syrup, but not a lot.
I'm getting an omelet though if I go to like
My girl.
You get an omelet at Waffle House.
Well, I'm
Don't even
not gonna go to.
start.
I probably won't go to Waffle House. But if I go to like a
They
breakfast
throw something
food
at you
place,
or-
I'll probably get an omelet.
I'll give you some.
Went to Atlanta. It
I'll buy
was a
you.
Waffle House. They had like Waffle Houses like across the street from each other.
competing
competing
Waffle House.
Waffle
Really?
In Atlanta, it was Waffle Houses.
The first Waffle House I ever had was in
bro.
Atlanta.
It's different. It's different.
I love that.
Now,
Yeah.
one thing I've been meaning to ask you, as the game is over and whatever, we'll just go. It's only 8:40.
Yeah.
When you were here last time, you were the one who put us on South Oak Cliff. It was you, because you said, listen, because I believe it was Thursday, and then I think Saturday was when South Oak Cliff played Aledo. And you said, I think they're going to get him. You know what I mean? You were the first one to put us onto him, and you mentioned that that Coach Todd had taken over offensive line coaching duties, and that you thought that was a big difference in what they're doing. So obviously you're a high school football soothsayer. Two questions here. One, would you like a job at Dave Campbell's Texas Football doing the predictions?
Yeah.
And two, do you have any other predictions you want to throw out here in week 7 of the high school football season?
So to answer the first part of that question, yes, I would like to be employed with Dave Campbell's Texas Football. If it doesn't conflict with my obligations to McKinney ISD, I would love to come and be a part of it.
We can work this out. Have your people call my people.
I will. And in terms of, I don't see myself as a predictor. I just catch a vibe from a team. And last year I caught a vibe from the South Oak Cliff coaching staff and being good friends with Cal Ward and being able to talk to him throughout the development, off season, spring ball, summer, and just the confidence that he had in what they were building and growing and all of that kind of stuff. And then of course at that point you've seen him play and beat people and think a Lido game. This year, I got a vibe about the McKinney Lions not being what y'all picked them to be. And you need to keep watching them. You need to do a little research and check them out down the stretch of District 5-6A play.
Tough district.
Arguably toughest in the state is what y'all said, right?
They got some. There's some
Right.
teams in there. You know,
Some good ones.
some good ones. No, I'm opening up the floor to you. Anything else you want to say?
District 5-6A comes, everybody's on the bye weeks this week, and we open up District 5-6A play next week, and we'll be playing the team I believe you had picked to win it in the Allen Eagles next week.
And you know something about the Allen Eagles.
Very excited about that game and that opportunity to go get our kids back playing.
Lubbock, Coronado. How are we feeling coming out of an open date?
Feeling good, man. Our kids are still confident, still working hard. We lost 2 tough ones, but everything that we want to do is still out in front of us. So we're good.
Mike Craven, how you feeling about Texas OU?
Feeling pretty good. I'm going to eat a corn dog.
Fletcher's.
Yeah. So like the day can't be that bad.
I was going to say, yeah.
I was there when it was 62-13 and sleeting one time. So it's all better than that.
It's all uphill from there.
Yeah. It's just the traffic. I'm at that point in my life where I judge things by how easy it is to park. I don't want to go somewhere where it's hard to park. A restaurant, a party, anything like that. My first question is like, well, what's parking
What's
like?
the party like?
You're a man of leisure.
Yeah. I've lived here for 9 months. I've never gone downtown once because I don't know where to park.
Yeah.
I have no idea where to park.
Craven will tell
stressful.
a good story about showing up at a restaurant to meet Poochie one time.
Yeah.
And there was no parking. So Max called him and was like, hey, where are you? He's like, I went home.
Yeah, I went
no
home.
Parking.
I went home. I didn't show up. I drove by the place, couldn't find anywhere to park, just went home. You got to know your audience when you're asking somebody to go do something.
Mallory, how you feeling about East Lansing?
Good about going.
What's the high?
Yeah, what's the high in East Lansing?
60.
Oh, it sounds great.
Well, the low's gonna
That
be 30
does
though.
sound real good. I
Low's
don't
gonna be
love
30.
cold weather,
I
but
like
I can
cold.
use it right
I don't like
now.
cold, but I'd take 60 degrees.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
Not
It's
a whole
gonna
lot
be-
lower than that, but I'll take 60.
60 degrees and sunny on Saturday.
Yeah, I guess it depends on where your definition of cold starts.
Yeah, that's
Below.
Anything under 50. Anything under 50.
Because there can be a warm 65 and a cold 65. You know, like.
It was like 75, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I'm sweating or I'm
Done.
cold.
Yeah. 110%.
Pickle, last word to you.
Good job tonight. That was fun.
Okay. Thanks to Marcus Shavers from McKinney. Thanks to Lubbock Coronado's DJ Mann. Thanks to Mike Craven, our college football insider. Thanks to the actual people doing the work over there with Mallory Hartley and Ashley Pickle. For all of them, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please meet your Player of the Year trophy. Tune in to Texas Football Today tomorrow at noon. We'll have a full recap of this and everything else that happened on Thursday night. We will see you tomorrow.